That's my go sound.
All right.
You're like, okay, I like it. Unconventional.
That's your patriotic
Already
voice,
starting
I
off
guess.
with an extremely awkward note. Very good.
I need an
The sound of
announcer. I
curtains.
need bells to ring throughout my town. And so the fapping begins.
Fap time, brothers.
So, hello, welcome to Efap 93. Getting closer and closer, man. It's scary.
Yeah.
That 100 number.
93.
Wait.
Oh no, Weekend Warrior, you're even quieter than you were.
You don't have to stand on the other side of the room. You could come closer.
Dude,
Yeah.
it literally sounds like your laptop is in the garbage can on the other side of the room.
And he's yelling at it, like, why don't you win?
That's the only corner of the room it gets reception.
Is it working?
No, there. I see the green circle, and yet no words
And yet
do I hear. And yet.
I have a green circle, yet I cannot scream.
Weekend Warrior has declared independence from his microphone.
Yeah, it's lightened up, but nothing now. It got even worse.
There you go.
Well, you know, I'm just glad that he's here. I don't feel so alone.
Everyone, hey chat, say hello to Weekend Warrior. He's here in spirit. His little thumbs up, like, hey guys. Weekend Warrior, how's that microphone doing?
Excellent.
That-
Oh, he wrote in our chat here that his microphone literally got busted. So
For
Damn.
what? Possession?
I don't know. Crazy, it's a
Jeez.
crazy time for police right now. So
You
who
can't
knows?
have friends like that around you, man. They'll drag you down.
You able to? You got any other backup mics? Or I feel bad now.
Yeah, fiddle around with some settings. Just keep messing around with stuff.
If
And
you yell
Windows and
hard
with
enough,
Discord and-
our other microphones might be able to pick you up around the world.
Yeah, we might just be able to hear you. I'll just open my window and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, little delay, but should be fine.
And yeah, you know, Lord of the Rings is a well-traveled topic between Smiler and I over the years. It'll be interesting to hear some arguments against it, because you know, maybe it isn't perfect. Maybe it isn't the best set of movies that ever graced this planet in this cosmos. You know, maybe there is one flaw.
Don't entertain them.
There is one major glaring flaw, and that's it. Only the one.
We'll allow them have one. Yes, that's true. And of course, Rags returning for another episode.
Hello, hi everyone. I'm back. Can't
And,
get rid of me that easy.
And Weekend Warrior, say hello. We did it.
So I was very excited to have Weekend Warrior on here because he and I have been buds for a while, and this was supposed to be the first time we talked.
This was supposed to be a happy occasion.
It's going great. Just give him a sec. He's gonna. It would be funny if he like heads out to buy a microphone just to be able to talk.
He told us to be patient, so like
We shall.
he'll be by eventually.
It
It is Lord of the Rings, so we have plenty of time.
This is true. I hope he's all right. Like if he's
Me
panicking,
too.
running around, like.
Physically, I'm sure he's fine.
Unplug, replug, fiddle with settings, and it'll.
I feel like he probably like really excitedly plugged the microphone in and then broke it. He's like, no.
Yeah, you're probably right.
What else is? Oh yeah, so Rags and I actually rewatched the 3 Lord of the Rings films ahead of time for this. We finished Return of the King today.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good
Extended
films.
version, yeah.
Like they're really fucking good. Just putting it out there. Holy shit.
Yeah. We are lucky that we're in the timeline where we got the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Is everyone ready?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's dive in.
Let's
Yep.
roll.
Oh my god. Here we go. Oh my god, what?
I heard him.
Oh, wait.
I heard him.
Weekend Warrior,
Weekend Warrior, you
He's
okay?
get out of the trunk.
Where are you?
Okay, he's closer. He's closer. He's somewhere near the house now.
Wow, you are so insanely quiet. Go to your window settings and turn the level of your microphone up from 1 to like at least 50, and then we'll give that a shot. I already have you on 163%. So this is
He actually sounds like we're all in a house and he's just outside.
it sounds like you are outside whispering through a closed window. Oh, you're trying, but I see the green circle, but
Hello, hello.
Hi, it's better.
Yeah, that's
It's
like a little bit better, yeah.
better.
Warmer.
Wait.
Okay, he's in the hallway outside of the room now.
Yeah.
How about now? How about now?
yes,
Better, yeah.
better.
Hey guys.
How's it
Hello.
going?
That
All
was
right.
a experience. Like
Now I get
getting-
to say it. Now I get to say it.
What is it?
Finally an honor to meet you there, Weekend Warrior.
Finally, an honor to meet you too, Mr. Skeptic.
Yeah, killed the climax on that, but you know, it's
Yeah.
fine.
We got there eventually.
We got there eventually.
Hey, it's not the climax that counts, but getting there is what's important.
He
and we did it with friends.
Yeah, the friends we did along the way. That
We actually did like we slowly coaxed him inside the house and into the room. It's like,
everyone that came along.
everybody.
We had to trail a peanut butter candy along the way. We just followed
did
it.
Hey, you got me with peanut butter, man. It's like, oh, I'm
Oh,
fucking
no.
there.
just in time too, because we're about to start this wonderful video. Are you
I
ready?
don't think this video is gonna be peanut butter.
No. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Rob, you have to face your fears.
What an interesting looking person.
Hey.
Your fears. They're counting on you.
And for what? To unsubscribe? It took me long enough to get these subscribers. I don't want to risk
Oh,
losing them
clean
all
your
now.
hands before you hit that light.
Joke's on you, I'm not subscribed.
Damn.
You
hate Lord of the Rings? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I hate Lord of the Rings. Review it then.
You know, he hates it. Okay.
Hate it? Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
Damn.
That is harsher than I expected.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
My
Alright.
my feelings are already hurt. My feelings are hurt, and like this is not what you advertised.
Yeah, I've been offended now.
No, I'm not reviewing it. Oh look, it's Lord of the Rings fans.
Ooh.
Oh, we're shading.
Oh,
Ah.
oh, that's a bit funny though, like a little bit.
I'm getting a little bit of the Jared flashbacks from the light switch on the wall.
Is that wait?
Um,
Oh yeah. Well,
his
there's a
headline
hole in
can
his
be
wall,
making
but there,
Velvet
right?
vibes.
There's just a hole.
Huh?
There's a hole in his wall.
Is there? Oh my god,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
a hole
oh,
in the wall.
Yeah, it's from
Wow.
where the door's been slammed against the wall.
I'm guessing
Where
the door
is this
slammed. Yeah.
light?
You ain't got a door stopper. That's
Oh, yeah. It's supposed to be representative
And
of
he's
the
got a handle
anger.
in the wall.
The anger
Yeah,
within.
However, to his credit, if you push the door handle through the wall, the door can become even further open.
Yeah. There are benefits to this. Let's not ignore
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
You gotta be fair and balanced.
I don't know. He hasn't got a door stopper. How can we trust his opinion on all the drawings?
I just feel like if I was doing the video, I would have been like, we don't have to film this like at this specific spot.
We can lift the camera up just a little bit.
There might be a slightly cleaner room we can do this in.
Anywhere else.
Maybe
What do you think?
outside.
The DMV cleaner.
Do you think people are gonna give a shit about my actual reasons? When I first watched them, I put on Facebook. Maturely, my actual...
I can't tell how old this person is. I don't know what the age of this person is. He's the oldest young person I've ever seen.
See, why is he standing alone in an empty room up against a blank wall? Like, why is this
Hey,
happening?
it's a dirty blank wall, to be fair.
He's so like.
It's shot,
He seems
shot
like.
reverse shot.
This is the face of you didn't pay me to do this.
Oh.
This is the face of you paid me in drugs to do this, and I need this skit to be over. So-
It is
Yeah,
shot
yeah.
reverse shot. It is shot
Yeah.
reverse shot, but at least they're not breaking the 180 line.
Yes.
They're-
Nailed it.
Basic,
Not
basic
not yet.
filmmaking skills. Yeah, not yet.
They're adhering strictly to the 170 rule.
Okay.
I kind of love this video.
It's definitely
I love his
interesting.
acting, to be honest.
I actually am excited to watch the rest of it.
He doesn't know what he's looking at. He's just like, yep.
Oh, I gotta go to my other dirty room now.
I gotta go to the toilet.
This is the Lord of the Rings reviewing room, okay?
What this entire universe only has 2 doors.
Many doors, yes, boy.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Here we
that's
go.
a set. That's a reviewing set.
There we go.
Goes BT router there.
Yep.
Hey, not
Yeah.
bad, man.
He's gonna say it. He's gonna say, I hate it. I hate it. I fucking hate it.
Ugh.
I'm really gonna regret this one.
You'll be right.
You have chosen death.
I think somebody's already super chatted that, like saying Lord of the Rings is bad, so you've chosen death. It's just like
You've chosen.
1937, best-selling author J.R.R. Tolkien wrote his famous and successful novel The Hobbit, but just a few years later, between 1937 and 1949, he wrote one of the best-selling written trilogies of all time, The Lord of the Rings, which sold over 150 million copies worldwide. I read them for English class back in high school, and I didn't like them either. Just
Oh.
throwing that
Yeah, it was
out
like
there
that in high
before you
school.
oh no, he didn't
I
like
didn't
the books
like
either.
them either.
Wait, did he say he read them for English class?
Yeah.
Damn.
I guess they may have. That might have been like the. I'm trying to think of
Okay.
like the year's project was Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's criticism number 1. Like, this is actually a problem I have with video game reviewers too. Like, they try to vlog through the game as quickly as possible. They're not really like experiencing it the way it's supposed to be. Like, books like Lord of the Rings, like I had the old one that was all 3 books in 1 volume. Like, you're supposed to put that shit down sometimes, you know? Like,
Yeah. It's an adventure to read those.
Turning it
things.
into homework
Yeah.
can give you a bit of a different experience.
Like, you could do this as a book report, but like, obviously his experience with it was negative because he tried to read it as fast as possible.
Wow. So he doesn't. You can't. You think he can't possibly have good reason for disliking it?
He could.
It's interesting that he said I didn't like them either.
Well,
He's assuming the audience or some people watching don't like Lord of the Rings or reading through it.
Or maybe he meant like the first time. He also didn't.
Well, I
like it
think
the first
Or
as in
yeah.
like he's as in like he's such a hipster. He didn't like it before it was cool. To
I think he was
like
saying it in case people say, "Oh, you'd like the books." Like, well,
Oh.
you'd like the books though.
Okay. I love this. Literally, the video is only like 30 seconds in. We're arguing over what he means by what he's saying. Great.
No
okay.
hard feelings, Mr. I think it's cinematic Venom. I'm looking forward to the arguments. I really am. I'm ready.
We'll say you need to read the books first, just so you can
Okay, you
appreciate
were
the
right.
films more.
Hello,
No.
did you
You were
read
right.
Lord of the Rings in high school?
No, I had sex in high school.
Due to its success, obviously.
Classic
So
friends.
I don't actually know people who say that you need to read the books to appreciate the movies.
Yeah, no,
No.
not for Lord of the Rings.
I would.
Yes,
I would even.
stand.
I would say that they're even like totally different experiences. Like,
In its opening weekend alone, the film grossed $47.2 million before totaling $870.7 million worldwide.
Yeah, that shit was
Wow.
phenomenal. I remember
It
the
was.
hype.
It really was a phenomenon when it came out.
Yep.
I still remember watching the opening for Two Towers and being like, "Oh my god, Gandalf! We get to see him fight the fucking Balrog." Oh, the first one was good. The second one's even better. The third one's even. It was just that sort of more, give me more. Everyone fucking loved that shit. Lord of the Rings, and then they tried it again later, and it didn't.
Yeah, it's funny you mentions that the whole where to workshops as well, and the emphasis on creating the scenes and all that. And it's like, yeah, this could be another video on like why the Hobbit shit was shit. But never mind.
Fellowship of the Ring received a whopping 13 Academy Award nominations, successfully winning Best Cinematography, Best Visual Effects, Best Makeup, and Best Original Score.
Good.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
gonna
I
put it
don't
out
know
there.
how-
Good.
Yeah.
all the power to you, Lord of the Rings.
Oof. Didn't win enough. Should have won best everything.
All of them. Best movie forever.
Should have gone home with all the women.
Well, it's not just that.
They should have ended the Academy Awards. They said, "This is it.
Yeah.
We did it,
done
guys.
We're not doing any more.
This
We
is
had
the
a good
final
run.
golden idol.
Yeah. We found it, everybody."
AFI selected it as the second greatest fantasy film and the 50th best movie overall in history. I won't bother
Second.
explaining the plot.
50th. Boo.
50th. Fuck them.
Top
We
5
should
will
go.
die.
Let's murder all the other 49.
Murder all the other movies, so it can only be one.
Kill them.
Because it's
Literally
basically
the Highlander.
Drink their blood.
the same for all three. Some hobbits have to take a ring to Mordor to destroy it in order to save the world, and a bunch of random shit happens in between to try to stop them. 9 hours worth of film just summed up in one sentence.
You can do that with everything.
Yeah, you can do that with anything. Yeah.
In fact, we could have summed it up faster than that. Destroy a ring.
Destroy a space ball.
Exactly. It's,
Little people go on a big quest.
It's weird how I feel like we've done this for so long. Like, lots of people roll this out, and you're like, it's never something you can't do with something else, you know? This is always... Everything can get boiled down. I don't know, what's the point?
That was just a detour.
Positives. The scenery looks gorgeous. You can really sense the amount of effort in set design, direction, and even costumes and props. Artistically and cinematically, it's a well put together film, and the budget clearly went more into production and less into screenwriting. The acting
Miniature.
performances are most
Okay.
Miniature. Those were amazing miniatures, though.
Oh, they were insane.
They're amazing. It's kind of weird, though, to say budget clearly went into them and not the script. It's like, budget going
As
into
if
a
you could
script?
just, as if just money spent on script equals good.
Yeah, it's like,
But
that's not how that works, really.
That's actually totally the inverse. Like, normally the more writers you have, the bigger of a nightmare of a story you end up with.
And I would say, look at fucking what's an
Star
example
Wars.
of the most affluent production in recent history? And it's like, also, I'd ask for an example of the worst scripts in mainstream recently, and you're like, oh, they kind of
Game of Thrones, Star Wars.
How
But
many
Mueller,
millions did D&D
Mueller, you need to understand what he's saying. That the miniatures cost more than the words on the pieces of paper.
The ink in the printer. This was back in the ink shortage of
I shall-
2001.
I shall only write my script with a pen from the days of old. It's like a huge, expensive thing. Like, okay.
We must
just use a
crush
typewriter?
crush the embers of coals from the rare eucalyptus trees of southern Australia.
Must create your own paper. Oh. Best writers, of course.
mostly good, but yes, it has some really bad ones that no one wants to confess to as well.
Like which one?
Why shouldn't I act?
Oh, I
What?
think you were saying that was an example of bad acting.
Oh, he says that's bad acting. Wow.
I mean,
Fuck you.
of all the times to cover this after Ian Holm has recently died, it's
Ian
like, god damn
Holm,
it.
yeah.
So try to be as fair as possible. He's losing his shit in that moment. He's getting
Well, yeah,
the prospect of the
it
ring
might-
taken away from him, and so the Gollum element, right? That's what it's often associated with. It's like it's going to eventually turn everybody into a Gollum-like creature. It almost develops a second personality that's desperately intent on taking the ring for itself. So it's just coming out in the voice. Like I don't really have any problem with that delivery. Anyone else?
I think it kind of nails it. You see this with Gollum. You even see it with Frodo. You see it with Boromir. You see it with obviously with Bilbo here. You're not quite yourself when you're focused on the ring a lot of the times. Almost like that's a thing about it that makes it dangerous and evil.
Well, I mean, this isn't like this scene isn't even in a like. It's supposed to be. It's set up with the whole dinner beforehand, like, and you can tell the guy he's like acting manic. And if you know what somebody is like when they're manic,
A little,
like,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So like he's overly excited, so he isn't acting rational. That is the point.
Hopefully.
The outburst is so random and out of nowhere, which...
What do you mean out of
What?
nowhere?
It's not random and
Oh,
out of
fuck
nowhere.
off.
So Gandalf is established to be a wizard.
He's
We
literally
have the ring, which is established to be corrupting.
It's got Sauron's personality is poured into that thing.
Yeah. All of it is
Well-
cruelty, malice, and will to dominate all life.
Well, just keep in mind that you know
Like
how you
Twitter.
started off with the whole book thing, or like, oh, you got to read the books bullshit. Well, before this scene, you already know that what happens to Isildur. You know how Isildur literally fucking jumps himself into a river to get the ring because he's so fucking again, like it is like an addiction because it poisons and corrupts the
Well,
mind.
He jumps to the river to get away from the orcs.
Sorry,
after he
yeah,
has
no,
the
yeah.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's
But, like,
invisible
he
at that
didn't
point, yeah.
destroy it. Is the
Yeah,
thing. He didn't destroy it. He wanted to keep it.
But like this criticism is like nitpicking. Like we're nitpicking, but like the point again. This is the beginning of the film. Like yeah, it does seem like Gandalf is like doing this out of nowhere, but that's the point. This is setting up how important this is that Gandalf is literally willing to go full ape shit on this guy for not relinquishing the ring to him. That's how important this is.
I mean, I wouldn't agree that it's a nitpick of his, because I would say that a nitpick still has to be accurate.
That's why we're actually passing it out.
Yeah, I think it's misguided. It's
okay.
Because
like,
we're all okay with nitpicks here. We'll just check them out. Be like, say for example, it's like there's that scene in the original version that has the car in the background. If someone pointed that out, I'd be like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that is a nitpick.
Oh, yeah,
That's,
yeah.
editing mistake. Yeah, production error.
This is also how you treat a dog that won't drop something. You like start off, drop it, buddy, drop it, buddy, drop.
I
it.
am not trying to rob you.
Yeah, I just don't want you to swallow the chocolate.
Now, Cuddles, I'm not trying to rob your bone.
I'm trying to play fetch with you.
Now that I think about it, all of dildo scenes are. It's weird for a
He
film.
called him dildo. Called him dildo.
Never. That's never.
Bilbo Baggins is a saint on this podcast.
He is a
okay?
hero.
Don't be
He's
calling
a
him dildo.
sweet hobbit. He deserves so much better.
He's like one of the
The
best
insult-
characters in the 3 films in terms of altruism. He did such a great fucking job. He's such a good guy. Hanging on to that
And the
horrible,
insult-
poisonous thing for so many years.
They rush what could have been quite an interesting transition. Also,
They
after
rush?
Dildo vanished from the party, why does it take Frodo until nightfall to check out his uncle's house?
It was night when he disappeared!
Yeah, what do you mean?
May I point out that this is the first time in human history that anybody has ever accused Lord of the Rings of rushing anything.
Yeah.
Excellent point.
You just spent the fucking.
Yeah.
my God.
He said it takes till nightfall for Frodo to turn up. It's like, wait, but it was night when he disappeared, like Rag said. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How do you?
He left at night, and it took him until night to go to his
Also,
house.
I'll be honest with you, right? If Rags disappeared, I wouldn't like go. He must be at his house.
He vanishes in front of my eyes. It's like, he's probably in his room.
I think it's fair to assume that people will eventually check there, which is why Bilbo was only going to make a pit stop. He's just going to go there, get his stuff, and leave, which is fine. And of course, people would eventually turn up, which is why Frodo does, which is a useful thing to be able to use because that gets him to talk to Gandalf. It all follows. I don't. Why is that an issue? It's weird.
There are candles burning. Like
Yeah,
at the party, there are candles.
There was
burning
literally
and everything.
fireworks. There were fireworks. You cannot see fireworks.
No, that's a daytime thing in the Shire. That's
There
a
was-
Hobbit
yeah,
tradition.
there was literally fireworks.
It encourages people to make them really bright.
I don't get how he could do that. But he literally had to edit it and snip the fucking scenes together and
Yeah,
then
I'm
go,
not-
"All right."
I'm not-
How did he not? How did he fucking not see that? And then he went, and then he made a whole point about it.
But it looked like he was about to follow up and say, "I know a lot of people have pointed this out." I just want to see if that's what he actually.
Everyone's pointed this out, but still, it's dumb.
No one.
I've literally never heard that
this
before. Never heard that before.
Everyone pointed it. What?
If it was daytime, like they were having drinks at daytime, and Bilbo disappeared then, and then it cut to Frodo walking into the fucking Hobbiton, then yeah, then
I
we
mean,
would-
even then,
Who was
you can
everyone?
vaguely believe that's a possibility. I probably would be like, it seems strange he took that long to check his house, but you can't make that claim
But it's
here. You
not.
just can't.
It's not. It's bullshit. It's fucking
I mean,
bullshit.
in the images you show of the party and the close up of Frodo, there are candles burning to light the place.
You do that
Like,
at
I don't
daytime,
even know.
idiot. Or something.
Fucking hell.
I don't know, but he just said Elijah Wood's really bad. It's like, oh damn, okay.
Oh fuck.
That is objectively wrong. Elijah Wood is one of the best parts of the series. It's
I
like,
think he does pretty excellently. I don't see it. I think he
Yeah.
encapsulates
It's
the everyman
actually
who
the-
he's not ready for this kind of responsibility, but will take it head on.
Yeah.
You know, this is actually the only role that I really like Elijah Wood in.
You didn't like him as the crazy, creepy, flesh-eating killer in Sin City?
oh, that was his best
Oh,
role.
no, that's actually no, that's true. That is a
You guys ever seen Maniac?
I
He's a
have.
crazy serial killer in that too. He's
I
awesome
have
in
to go
that.
watch that then. All right, added to the list.
Fine. Fine, we will watch all of your favorite Elijah Wood movies. God damn it.
Yeah.
Nothing he says sounds genuine, and everything he says sounds feminine.
What?
What?
Oh my god, I don't even want to address this. Can we please not?
I was just
even
gonna say,
address
like, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that too. Yeah.
We'll be here. We're coming.
And then we'll all do our hair.
it? Just let him bury himself.
Damn.
Yeah.
Bury yourself, son.
Put it out, that's nice.
How is that feminine?
How?
Come
Put it out,
on.
you fools.
Oh
No.
I mean, I don't even know what to say in response to this.
Exactly.
I'm a little bit at a loss.
We just
Where
watched.
does one begin?
We just watched the man cover himself in earth, and we let it happen.
Oh,
And
Green
we laugh
Street.
while it happens.
Green Street. That's another film, Elijah Wood film that's good. Or at least what I remember. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
But I do think
I guess
some
we
of
have
it's
to
not-
start with why is it bad that if he does sound feminine like this, why is that bad?
It just is. You just said.
All right.
All right. Good.
Fair enough.
Not his fault. How do you make dialogue like that sound natural?
Put it out, you fools.
No, put
That
it
is natural.
What do you? What? Why would you pick this of all the lines? Put it out, you fools.
Well, you should have said, "What are you doing, you fucking retard?"
Hey, dude, put that fire out, man.
Fire bad.
As they
Stop.
say in
Fire bad.
the olden times of Middle Earth. Fuck off, retard.
I need to see that version. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that. It's just like, yep, he's terrified at the idea that they'll be spotted by the Grim Reapers on horses. So he's like, put that shit out, all right? Meaning the fire. I don't know what else. Yeah, all right.
Also, when people are suddenly introduced to moments of potential peril, they're not going to sound like quote unquote like themselves. They're just going to get words out.
Hence why I think he's more aggressive in that moment than usual.
Well, he's also supposed to be like an archetypical child. Like the point of him being a hobbit is that he is essentially like a child in this universe, and like, for him to act sort of quote effeminate and to have like his best friend and they like love each other so much, like what that isn't like. Yeah, sure you could say like you know in modern terms we could say those are effeminate features, but the point of that is it's supposed to show innocence.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, we've already established that hobbits just want to live a peaceful life, gardening and playing chess, and literally just getting drunk and smoking weed all day.
Yeah, boy.
She's an elf.
Thank you, Captain Exposition. And again,
He's surprised.
Wait,
Yeah.
he's surprised. He never saw an elf before, you person. That's the point.
And in this movie, Sam is even excited to learn that they're going to Rivendell to see elves.
Hasn't Sam never left the Shire?
Yeah, Sam has never left the
Yeah.
Shire. He's never gone further than that scarecrow.
Yeah, he said, "This is the farthest place I've been in the Shire."
If I take
So,
another step,
All
I
this
will
shit
close
is
the Shire
shocking to
Rivendell."
him. He's like, whoa.
Yeah. And even
And
when they
then-
get to Rivendell, Frodo said Sam wants to leave and go back to the Shire because he thinks they're finished. And Frodo's like, "But I thought you always wanted to see the elves. Like this is something you know, as we've established, you know, already. I'm reiterating, this is something that you really wanted to see is see elves."
with this dialogue,
Oh,
all
no,
these
you didn't.
problems, they go unnoticed, right? You know,
No, but they're not problems.
I feel like I just lost my mind. Like, what problems?
Yeah,
You-
no, he's right. I haven't noticed.
I have noticed these non-problems.
when other films do it,
Have you ever noticed that Wilson's only job in this
Why are you referencing Nostalgia Critic?
No.
story is stating the painfully obvious?
I didn't do it. These carvings are really creepy. I just think Dr. Marrow's up to something.
Okay, why
I
even
have
bring this
no
up?
context
Yeah,
for
we don't know
the
the.
movie.
This is The Haunting, funnily enough, from the Liam Neeson movie.
Yeah. I have no idea. I've never seen this film. I have no context
need
for
to.
it. I have
All
no
I
context
remember-
for the Nostalgia Critics video.
All I remember is the spooky ghost and Owen Wilson gets his head chopped off. So.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Owen Wilson just plays himself, just going, "Whoa, creepy."
Wow.
I cannot believe that this Lord of the Rings review includes spoilers for Haunting.
I know it's messed
Well,
up.
it's really more Mahler.
Yeah, I kind of did it. But I like that he's brought this up just to say. So we didn't need this. He'd already highlighted the issue is that it's expository dialogue, like overt, and we're like,
that describes this whole video. We don't need this.
well,
Also, I would like to have him go to the zoo and see how many people say, "Oh, look, a fill in the blank animal that they have just seen."
and Rags is like, wow,
Never
exposition.
Like, "Oh, look at Captain Exposition over here." Like, oh, and it's like a 6-year-old going, "Ooh, look, mommy, a giraffe." I'm like, "Oh, like I guess the rest of us just don't see it. It's just invisible for the rest of
Thanks
us."
for pointing it
Wow.
out, Captain Obvious.
Sorry,
Do you know why?
6-year-old.
Do you know why it's not It's not even
Look
what I
at the
really
big-
consider exposition anyway, because her being an elf isn't necessarily, like, useful information to us. She's someone who's going to help. She gets Frodo out of there.
Yeah.
Like, her being an elf doesn't really do anything for us at that point.
Ask yourself this. Do any of these characters genuinely have any, well, character in this one? I know.
No!
Anger, fury.
Oh my god!
What is this?
Fuck off!
What am I listening to?
Who is this asshole? Oh my god!
The cast is unhappy. Let's put it that way.
Every
Get
when
the
we were
fuck outta
watching
here.
these
I hate that he was looking.
Oh,
Oh my god.
You went
oh
to
wow!
dude showing Aragorn and Boromir when saying that.
Literally,
you fucking kidding me?
literally Aragorn was on the goddamn screen when he said that. I am so angry.
When Mahler asked me when we were it was yesterday when we were watching Two Towers. He's like, Rex, who's your favorite characters? I'm like, man, they're all so good, but I really have a super soft spot for the Boromir-Faramir brothers. There's a lot going on there in their relationship with Denethor, and there's a lot going on with these characters and what they do and the story and how they interact with others and talk to others about this relationship. There's a lot there. All of these characters, from Elrond all the way everywhere. We constantly praise this movie of how every character, Theoden, Eowyn, Faramir, Boromir, Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, they all have aspects of character. In this film, as long as they don't waste time with characters either. Everyone gets moments. Everybody gets to bring in their attitude and their perspective, and we get to learn so much about all the characters. That's one of the great triumphs of these three movies, is that it does such amazing work with the characters.
I mean, shit. You know when Legolas and Gimli say, "I'd rather die fighting side by side with a friend," and Gimli goes, "Aye, that'll do." Did your heart not melt? Mine fucking did.
Everyone's hearts exploded in the cinema when that happened.
It is,
you know.
yeah, it is not just like, oh god, those two are gay, aren't they?
Look at these effeminate people.
Oh
Look
yeah,
at
yeah,
these
yeah.
effeminate creatures.
No, effeminate creatures.
It's like if these movies don't do characters well, I want to know what you think did them well. I have to know where's your bar here.
Has he got any videos on Star Wars? I bet Rey's his best character. Go on. It's going to be something like that.
Let's.
No. And
That's
also, like,
but yeah.
Like in the first movie alone, we got the Boromir arc. You don't really have to go far for great characters.
Well, that's why
like,
I'm
in the
offended.
first
He
movie
was on the
alone.
screen when he was setting this up, and it's
Yeah.
like, do not even suggest that Boromir doesn't have a really strong characterization in this fucking movie.
Or the Sam and Frodo relationship.
The only ones who get even a smidgen is Boromir and maybe Gandalf.
Smidgen?
Why did you? When he said Gandalf, it showed Frodo. Like, why did?
Also, in this scene, like, we learn a lot about Boromir in this scene.
At least he's allowed us to have Boromir and Gandalf. We're allowed
Thanks.
them. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
That's something. It's better than nothing.
Although Gandalf's only job is to literally introduce everybody with their full names just for the audience's point of view.
No!
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 None of the hobbits know any of these fucking people. They've never
Yeah,
left the
like he
Shire.
has to. Yeah, he has to let the hobbits know, and through extension, we can know.
This is called
a really
writing.
familiar thing in media.
He's literally complaining that the wise man character is wisely informing the character.
Like this is it's kind of a staple of
It's
world building is that we learn through characters.
So
This
let's
is
just
basic hero's journey.
Well, if we were writing a story,
basic hero's journey.
the five of us writing a scene, and I'm like, wait, the audience don't know who Glungle is, and it's like, well, neither does Frodo, so we'll just have Gandalf say, like, this is Glungle of Grun and Shime, and it's like, hello, and Frodo's like, oh, hello, and it's like, now the audience know. And he's sitting there like, wow, exposition.
It's like if we go back to The Hobbit, right? If the Hobbit movies is really similar, where when all of the dwarves show up in the Shire and they're getting introduced to Bilbo, it's like, yeah, he needs to know their names. They're gonna go traveling together. It makes sense that we would learn alongside Bilbo what all their names are.
It's really well done. Like that's the gold standard of introduction of a character is you introduce it to someone else. This is why a lot of people advocate for having a character who has no idea what the fuck's going on. because that one
Yeah.
will have things explained to him.
I take a guess which one that is. Oh, it's Frodo.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins. Samwise Gamgee, Meriadoc Brandybuck.
Okay, so it's pretty when your mother, when you were growing up and your mother used your full name, you knew you were in fucking trouble.
That's what that is.
The same thing applies to when a wizard pulls you out of a hedge.
Yeah.
I like that he's using this as an example of like overt exposition when he says Meriadoc Brandybuck when nobody calls him that throughout the rest of the fucking film.
It's Merry, yeah. It's
So
people
it's
say
like-
Merry and Pippin, not
It's
Meriadoc
clearly,
and Peregrine.
yeah, he's not like, this is Merry and this is Pippin. It's like, no, he's using.
And he stares at the camera for a moment.
I was gonna
He's
say,
like, oh, that's a big word.
exposition is complicated, and we don't like it when it's so. An example of what I think is bad exposition, because it's in TFA Part 3, coming soon, I promise. When Snoke is talking to Kylo in The Force Awakens, and at the end of their conversation, for the first time we see them, he says, "The droid is aboard the Millennium Falcon in the hands of your father, Han Solo." And it's like, why did you say that like that to Kylo? Like, he's fully aware of who his dad is. Like, we didn't know at that point, and so we're like, oh, okay. This is like awkward exposition, I guess. Why would he announce Han Solo to Ben Solo? It's weird, but it's just, you know, some people...
no, that happens all the time. Whenever I'm told, it's like, oh, you know, hey, Rags, go get your sister, whose name is Sally Cummins or whatever, and tell her that dinner is ready in the kitchen where we live at 1234 Adams Drive or whatever. 1234 Street. You know, it's like, why are you doing this?
Cross as a little creepy sometimes.
No, it's what
Perhaps
the fuck?
not.
What?
I've thought of a better use for you.
What? No.
If you want to interpret that in a creepy way, go for it, I guess.
It's only creepy now because you said the word creepy before showing this.
Well, yeah, you could do this with pretty much anything.
I would say, if anything, Gandalf's intimidating.
Oh,
yeah, like this is supposed to be like, this is like a Dutch angle. It's supposed to be an awkward. It is showing that he is looming over him and that he's intimidated by him.
Yeah,
that is the purpose of this show.
I mean,
do that all the time in this movie.
Keep in
to
mind that
its credit.
Gandalf is like 3 foot taller than all of them.
Yeah,
and yeah, he is a very powerful wizard.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what, Sam, you'll be pretty helpful actually, because Frodo's gonna need it. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Did he just want Sam to bone Frodo right in front of him?
Yes, that was.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
I hate to point this out, but I believe this man might be a homophobe.
Yeah.
Oh, no
Listen, there's
way.
nothing wrong with wizard hobbit love.
Well, I was gonna say they cut
bothers him-
away, so I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
It bothers him a lot when men express emotions with each other.
Sexually. Express emotions sexually.
I mean, he seemed upset that, like, you know, Frodo has a feminine voice.
Yeah.
Ew.
Okay.
Creepy old man.
I also can't see
I
how would
fingered
you.
your butt.
Why would you get that context? Like,
It's weird
his
because
problem. It's such
Guy's
a
a
weird
freak.
problem. To
almost
have.
every
Like,
person ever is like, Gandalf is so wonderful, bubbly and cuddly and happy and wholesome,
yeah.
and it's like, nah, he's
Yeah.
creepy. You're like, okay.
He's the dad of the Fellowship. He's being a father figure. That like again, like you said, he's using people's full names to scold them. Like
Like in real life, when that
Yes.
happens.
Oh well.
Butthole while you slept. In all seriousness, the other characters have just nothing to them whatsoever, which is astonishing considering all of the claims that they were wanting to focus more on development. How would you honestly describe Frodo's character?
Okay.
Shut the fuck up!
How would you honestly describe Frodo? I'm just like, I think we already did this about a half hour back,
Yeah.
so we could just see how he concludes on Frodo.
Other than just, he's the hero.
Wow.
Fuck you!
Wow. Wow.
Okay. Wow.
Fucking- He's not just the hero. You fuck. Oh man, I'm so guys. This is the first time I'm actually mad on Efap.
Frodo literally makes the hardest decision in the film.
Yeah.
Frodo
It is the-
needs Sam to like.
He literally makes the hardest sacrifice in the film.
It's the
Get
hardest.
broken. By the end of the series, he had to leave Middle Earth. He couldn't handle that shit. Oh my god.
He had post-traumatic jewelry disorder.
Yeah. Oh fuck this. Oh.
What's interesting is that talking about Frodo's character, it brings up the idea that pretty much everyone in this story is saved by someone else, or there's a huge teamwork component of everyone has to work together in order to succeed, and if they stick with each other, they'll be able to triumph. And the Frodo and Sam pairing is the really obvious example of that, where Frodo, he gives into despair sometimes. He's like, man, we can't do this. It's just not, I can't do it. I can't stand up. I can't go any further. And Sam's there to keep him going. And
Yes,
and
Sam's his rock.
Frodo's a very hesitant hero at first, but he's dutiful and he loves the Shire and everything. So he does what he feels he has to do. It's not, he's not looking after glory.
Sorry to interrupt. One of the guys in the comments said that apparently the guy in the video now, he argues this is his opinion. He pulled the opinion card on it.
Oh, well,
your opinion is
wrong.
Well, yeah, your opinion is wrong.
Yeah,
Sorry
your
about
opinion's
that.
wrong. Yeah, I know I know this is a thing with some people. You could just say it's my opinion. That doesn't make it any less wrong.
Like, it's saying
You
there
just
is
have a
no
wrong
characterization for the majority of these people in Fellowship outside of maybe Boromir and Gandalf. It's like, oh, that's wrong. That's actually just wrong. Well, that's what I got from it. It's like, oh, well, you missed some stuff, I guess. Like, what do you want me to say?
But again, just using this one film, Fellowship, like again, Frodo is the protagonist. Like, yeah, he comes out of his comfort zone. It's the first Hobbit since his uncle to leave. So like, it's a big deal. They meet an elf. It's a big deal. And then at the end of just this film, he makes a huge sacrifice and decides that the whole Fellowship thing isn't going to work, and then decides like. Just in this film, he is the hero because of the decisions. He's not the hero, therefore he's the hero.
Yeah. Well, it's the other thing is like I don't know if he's going to bring it up, but why is Frodo the ring bearer? And it's all because the hobbits don't want to seize power. They want to leave, like I said, they want to live a peaceful life. Because why not give it to Aragorn or well, definitely not give it to Boromir, because men are corrupted by the power of the ring because they want to serve mankind. The hobbits, they don't want to seize power. They don't want to be dictators. They don't want to enslave. They don't want to do any of that shit. So that's why Frodo can last with the ring for so long, because again, I don't even think they actually established in the films, but the actual journey takes like 2 years to actually get there. And
I think they say 16 months, is it, by the end of Return of the King, Rex? Did they say 16 months?
13 months.
Yeah. But the whole point is that, Frodo has to be the ring bearer, or a hobbit has to be, because they're the ones who won't put the ring on and go, actually, no, I'm going to serve myself. He never wants the ring. He even fucking says that at the end, I think, in the third film. But yeah, that's why. And that's why Frodo is the hero, even though he is like the most unlikely of heroes. I know I keep fucking saying it, but
yeah.
Well, I would even argue, by the way, by the end of the 3 films, he's quite complex. Like, you get the scenes where it's like, we did it, guys, we won, and he's not looking satisfied or content. He's and it's just like, what's going on there? Keep an eye on him throughout the films. It's a lot more complex than he's the hero. I don't even know how to react to that.
Yeah.
He's the one who fucking spares Gollum's life thanks to the advice from Gandalf, and that decision is incredibly important throughout these films, and it's showing a lot about his position on morality, for one.
What, you saying that Frodo is compassionate? Well, that's not a character trait. Fuck off.
No, I was meant to say hero. He's
hero. Heroic? Fuck off, right? Like, oh my god! Like, he even fails. Like, he doesn't even drop the ring. He goes, no, I'ma keep it. It's like, there's so many things going on, and you can't even.
I've asked a couple friends who love these movies. One said he's a kind-hearted hobbit who likes to hang around, which is literally saying he has no purpose. He just sticks around.
Literally bearing the fucking ring. What?
He's the one that gets the ring in the fire, and he's got no purpose.
I mean, I guess he was at the beginning. He hangs around Hobbiton with all the other hobbits in the Shire. That's what hobbits do, I guess. They hang around. their homes.
Also, this
where they
is
live.
telling us as well that if you don't have a specific purpose as a character, that means you're a bad character. You can't just like Jack Sparrow is someone who reacts to everything that happens around him rather than having a specific goal in mind necessarily. Like, there's a lot of characters like this. But I mean, Weekend Warrior, you just said Frodo's your favorite, right?
What? Sorry.
Did you say Frodo was your favorite?
Yeah, that's why I'm so upset.
There you
He
go.
just likes
Proof.
people who hang around.
I'm
He
so
just likes
fucking.
people who hang around.
I'm so fucking mad. Like, he didn't watch the movie. Like, even the Gollum thing, right? Like, before, when Gollum had the big blue eyes, it kind of mirrors what Frodo also with Elijah Wood's expressive eyes. It's like, don't you see what's happening, Mr. Video Maker? What the fuck? It's like, oh.
Gollum just hangs around.
Yeah, Gollum just hangs around. Yeah.
You know who really hangs around? Sauron. He just hangs around.
Yeah.
You know, he's just,
Greg,
you know
I'm
where,
very
you need him to know where to find him. He doesn't get out much.
I'm laughing also, but I'm really like, did this fucker watch the movie?
No,
Hey,
hangs
look,
around.
we'll find that out surely by
Frodo's
the end.
just hanging around.
Yeah, he's just. Yeah,
No, fuck this. I'm gonna put it out there.
Friend, and he said Frodo just hangs around.
Aren't all
So I
characters just
recorded
hanging
that and
around
put it
until
into
a
my
story
video.
begins anyway? Isn't that what everyone is doing?
Listen, what better evidence is there than some random, nameless, anonymous person who has an opinion that can't be verified?
All right, yeah, that's true. His videos made Rags' facial expression change to one of disappointment and
Find
confusion.
something more fitting.
Yeah.
I can't smile.
Yeah, I should have chosen my avatar sooner because it's obviously very fitting, but I should.
I only know. I'm being awkwardly shocked.
Yes.
That's all I am right now.
That's actually that is actually the expression.
And another friend admitted that he is a generic hero, but so was
Shut
Harry Potter.
Well, I guess they're fucking wrong.
Oh, get the fuck no.
Look, I found people who are also wrong like me. Therefore, I must be correct.
We're not talking about Harry Potter as well. You can
What? But what argument is that? It's like someone called him generic, and that's okay because Harry Potter is too. We're like, what is happening here? What? Who cares about fucking Harry Potter? We're talking about that.
Potter. I don't fucking care about Harry Potter.
I'll dogpile any motherfucker when they're talking shit about Lord of the Rings. Harry Potter,
whatever. Fucking shit. I'm not gonna
Talking
downgrade
shit
this
about my
discussion
boy
to
Lord of the
Harry
Rings.
Potter.
Oh, it's okay to be wrong. Harry Potter was.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
that's gonna
you
age
should
well.
be.
That comment, isn't it?
Right.
It's okay to be wrong.
Age
No.
like milk.
the chosen one, but he had struggles and hardships. He was a pretty poor.
Because
Not
Frodo doesn't
Not
have
Frodo.
struggle and
No,
hardship.
no hardships for Frodo.
The fucking-
Frodo
Getting
just
stabbed by the fucking troll? That's
Frodo
not
just
hard.
segued his ass into Mount Doom.
He was stabbed by the Witch King, a
Dropped it.
troll. He was like hunted down continuously by the fucking Witch King and
Well,
terrified
No,
by
the
him.
witch, I don't know,
the
guys.
wound-
I think you're just remembering the extended Blu-ray edition because in the theatrical edition he was just whistling the whole way. To the
He was
mouth.
just waddling around.
Yeah, there's the.
Yeah, and don't forget,
Remember,
Frodo
in
does literally fail. Sam had to fucking
Yeah.
pick his ass up and fucking get him up there, and then he also then
doesn't-
got. And the
Yeah.
last moment, he also then went to put the. Well, he did put the ring on. Frodo failed. He did not
Yeah, he
fucking do
failed.
it.
Well, he
Yeah.
actually failed like 2 or 3 times because right before that he had sent Sam home because of the whole fake bread fiasco,
Yeah.
and Sam
Yeah.
turned around and decided to ignore that order to return home. So like that was again
And
like
don't forget,
series
Galadriel,
of
Galadriel got him
series
back
of
up.
failures on his part.
That's the thing. Frodo isn't alone in this trilogy of movies. It's all about everybody doing their part to defeat the ultimate evil, that sort of thing. Like, we all need to work together.
Well, remember the siege of the Black Gate? The whole point is to give Frodo time to fucking get into Mordor.
No.
But no, they just wanted to have a fight scene. That's the reason. Fuck me. Yeah, he does wriggle around on the floor a lot whenever
My
the
favorite-
action actually happens.
My favorite one is when Aragorn
it's
begins fighting the Uruk-hai and Amon Hen, and I think our other characters are getting alerted to it. The fight's about to begin, and it just cuts to Frodo, and he falls over, and then it cuts to someone else. It's just like the funniest one.
Don't forget the hardship of when they're in the pub and he has a little drink, and then the Took comes with a big drink, and it's like, oh shit, I could have had a big drink. And it's like that's character development.
Yep.
Sorry, bro, you missed out.
Poor wizard at times amongst his significantly superior bestie. He made mistakes in life and in.
I don't give a fuck about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
he's
care.
saying that Harry Potter went through all this shit.
Okay.
Frodo did
All
not.
right.
That's what he's trying to imply. It's so dumb.
School
It's
and
like,
in magic, but it was always there for his friends and family alike.
oh my
Frodo
god.
wasn't there for his friends and family alike. He almost killed himself trying to save
Yeah.
the world. It's like,
He
okay.
let he
He
let
owned-
Sam drown in the Fellowship. Remember that part, guys? He
Yes.
let him drown at the end.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm upset. This is the first time I'm actually upset on Efap. Like, holy shit. Like,
Please.
Me too.
Yeah, please stop talking about Frodo. Move on. Talk about
He was a
something else.
selfless man. He just wanted to do good, even when that wasn't the easy thing to do. He came across.
so
as a
did
genuine-
Frodo. Shut
Oh, fucking hell.
This is all applicable to Frodo.
real teenage boy with raging hormones and also had some asshole moments. He felt like a very real person.
As did
So,
Frodo.
Oh,
Frodo's a hobbit, so
No,
he's not a
no.
person.
He's
guys.
not a real
Yeah.
person. He's a hobbit.
I'm not fucking. No, I'm not buying it. No, fuck off. No.
He was quite humble and didn't need or even enjoy the fame most of the time. He wanted to stay.
Yep. Again, applies to Frodo. Not a. You can tell at the end, all of it. He doesn't want any of it. He
Like,
did
he
the right
literally
thing.
leaves the planet. He cannot deal with.
He leaves
Yeah,
this
you-
plane of existence.
Uchi went home to his planet at the
Yeah.
end because he could not handle it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, Greg. He's
Oh,
not a
yeah.
hero.
Do you remember? Do you remember
Not a
that
hero, guys.
Do you not remember the iconic fucking shot when Gandalf is about to fall off because of the Balrog and it shows Frodo scream? That's not him being happy, just FYI.
That
He's
was him being
suffering.
too feminine.
Oh.
No, Gandalf, who will rub me now?
You know,
Fuck
it's like,
off.
it's like grow some balls, Frodo. Like,
Yeah,
have you never
God,
seen
get
an old
over
man
it.
fall to his death?
Have you never
before?
had a
God
friend die
damn.
in front of your face before?
Jesus Christ!
What a
Ned.
faggot.
Oh my God! And this is the guy that's supposed to throw out the ring. Come on.
I don't know about
out of that spotlight and was never fully comfortable being portrayed as this messiah. Frodo? Oh, he's just a hero, just a hero.
What are you?
Fuck off!
Just because all he's doing is
His-
saying it. He's
his
not addressing
stupid,
like.
smug fucking attitude about it all is actually really fucking me off with this. Like,
He's
fucking
right. Okay.
Christ.
I like
Hey,
how he
guys,
said.
guys, I
so-
saw the super chat that said that, remember Patrick Willems, you're watching movies wrong. I think it actually applies here.
Oh my
like,
God.
Like the super chat
Yeah, this
said.
guy didn't even watch the movie.
I was gonna say that would be how to watch a movie wrong. It's just you're not watching
Yeah.
it. You watched a trailer, I guess.
I feel like I need to be in the fucking ICU whilst watching this. It's
Like I
fucking-
watched it with my nose.
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
know?
you smell
like-
the visuals.
Smells like that fine pipe weed from the Shire.
I know he struggled sometimes as well, but he had no other characterizations other
He
than
struggled
What?
sometimes.
What? He struggled
no.
sometimes, but has no other characterization. What is that sentence?
Remember in the Fellowship when he looks into the fucking seeing the mirror, Galadriel's
Shire, yeah.
mirror, and he's like, "Oh fuck, bad things." I fucking oh my god.
Yeah, Galadriel literally fucking scares him into fucking doing his job doing.
Just
doing his
FYI,
quest.
the Shire will burn. He's like, oh jeez.
Yeah.
Remember
Oh,
in
I like
Moria,
the
guys?
Shire. My friends are
Remember in-
there.
Not only in Moria where he was stabbed by a fucking troll. Remember that part when he had doubts about what he should be doing, and Gandalf told him in an inspiring speech that men just do their best at bad times. Nah,
speech
that's
is a
not
lot,
struggling.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
speech is
some
a lot
bullshit.
because it was Frodo who even said that Bilbo should have killed Gollum when he had the chance.
Yeah,
Mm.
Frodo ends
exactly.
up
Yeah.
marrying Gollum.
Please
Even
stop
though
being
right
wrong.
here, he lets his friends get chased by a shitload of bad guys.
What are you?
Shut the
They run away and
He
just
let-
for him to
let
escape. You
them.
nitwit!
I'm angry now.
He let
Bros,
He
bros,
let
he
his
watched
friend.
the movie wrong.
he
Bro,
let
he watched the
Sorry.
movie wrong.
Nerd
Remember when
rage.
Mary Herpin said,
guys. The
Everyone
the,
in this call just wants to contribute to
Chill the
the
fuck
wrong
out.
with this.
All of us are so angry.
guys, I'm upset. Guys, I'm
Can
very
I just-
upset.
Can I just say how?
quarterback.
Can I just remind people how it goes? Merry and Pippin are hiding in a shrubbery or whatever, and they're like, "Frodo, get here!" And Frodo shakes his head. No, he can't. He has to keep moving. And then Merry and Pippin, they're brave little fucking souls.
Yeah.
They get up out of their hiding spot and go, "Hey, you big ugly fuckers, come get us! Come get us!"
No, that would imply Merry and
it's-
Pippin have characters.
No, no,
Which is
no.
clearly wrong.
Frodo
they're
let them.
literally causing a distraction. It is
Yeah.
again simple movie language is being used here to communicate what is going on, and the guy is just not catching what is happening.
And
I think
the
it's
word
different, though.
"let" is triggering me. Frodo sees
Yeah.
them, and then they come up with their plan. They get up, and he's like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" And then it's like, "Go, just go. We're gonna distract. Just go." There's barely a choice to be made for Frodo outside of stay put or leave because they've offered you a distraction. He makes the right choice.
Like,
Like,
what does one say? What vocabulary can be accessed to describe one's disdain?
Oh,
No,
spicy. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Like-
Someone's
like-
watching us. Someone's watching.
like-
Is it him?
yeah, like,
His opinion, it is fucking wrong. Your opinions are shit.
How do you think I'm an asshole?
He's upset that we've said his opinion is
Oh
wrong.
no!
I will happily be an asshole to defend Merry and Pippin, two fictional characters. Fucking slate me in.
Nobody.
I'm getting more info. I'm getting more
Nobody
info.
puts Frodo in a corner, my friend. Nobody puts Frodo in a corner.
it's so dumb.
Oh, man.
It's like he watched the movie wrong. It's like
Listen, okay? Listen.
Like,
You just
Apparently he's been
Oh.
deleted
Chat
one of the
was
tweets
right.
already.
Cat was right. Jesus Christ. Like Mahler, also what you said, like the use of the word "let," like Frodo went cold blooded. Yeah, die for me, bitch.
die for me.
Like, it's so. What the fuck are you talking about? Like he
Frodo
was so,
just lets his friends help him
Yeah.
save the world. What an asshole.
like I
Yep.
think that's also why Elijah Wood works there. His face is so expressive at that point. Like
Also,
I get
correct me if I'm wrong, but not about 30 seconds ago he said in his own video, "You're welcome to be wrong," about one of his theoretical friends sharing their opinion.
awful.
He doesn't
Oh.
have friends.
It reminds,
Doesn't have
it reminds me of
I
High
agree with
Top.
Drags.
It reminds me of High Top, where he's like, "Hey man, everyone's allowed their perspective," and then in his Daredevil video, he's like, "You're objectively wrong if you say that Daredevil is boring."
Mahler, let's continue the video. Maybe he has a good point. You know, like
Also, I want to clarify. Merry and Pippin didn't know this was their plan. You can tell when they decide to get up and do it. They're like, "Shit, are we doing? Yep, we're doing this. We're doing this. This is the right thing to do." Actually, yeah. Like it's all very sudden.
Yeah. Mary says he's leaving. Yeah, well, when he sees Frodo
Yeah,
not
he
joining him, he
realizes.
says, yeah, Mary's like, he's leaving.
How kind of hero was that? I know they
Mary
offered, but he knows they're pussies and he let them do it anyway without.
What
Mary
can
even
Frodo
says,
do?
"Run,
Frodo's gonna
Frodo,
get up and
go."
say, "No, Uruk-hai, follow me." Come on.
No, Frodo was supposed to use the ring or use the Kamehameha to kill all the orcs, and I'm the hero, guys. Like, I hate it. I hate it.
Without care in the world. Our hero.
All right.
What was the Hobbit supposed to kill all of the Uruk-hai? Like,
Well, don't you understand? The heroic move would have been, "Don't chase them, chase me," and then they all get captured.
no, like it's like he doesn't even understand the point of that scene. You know, like what Skeptic was saying, like basic cinematic language. He doesn't even get that. I don't even think he's on the level of basic.
You see, when Gandalf was on the bridge in Moria and he sacrificed himself so everyone could leave, Frodo should have turned around and jumped down into the pit with Gandalf.
Yeah,
like a hero.
Yeah. I hate it.
In V, Frodo literally does nothing but almost die twice and get.
I thought you went through no hardships.
Yeah,
What
but it's
happened to
nothing
that?
but hardships now.
No,
No,
he
but
literally does nothing but go through
So
hardships.
I'm just
You
gonna.
don't-
I
you
know.
don't
I know it's a
understand the
deleted
criticism,
scene.
Mueller.
You know when
Mueller,
they.
you're not paying attention.
It was
to
a
the
deleted
criticism.
scene. I
He
know.
does
I shouldn't
nothing,
be. I shouldn't be
but-
highlighting deleted scenes. But you know when they break into Moria, all the goblins, and they all fight. That deleted scene where Frodo attacks and kills several of them. The one that got deleted. And then he's like moving around the battlefield, trying to make use of everyone protecting him because he's the ring bearer. If he's killed or captured, it's pretty much over. Like, nah, he just did nothing.
Nah.
Escaping Shelob's lair, that doesn't count.
Nope.
Him making it to Mount Doom, it's all so insane. It's all
Yeah.
just so insane.
And it's like after Frodo gets stabbed by a Morgul blade or whatever, and only through Aragorn's fucking bloody he is I don't know what the word is.
Herbology,
and
elfcraft.
Aragorn
Well, yeah, it's
and
not yeah.
magic.
But the point is like people don't survive those kind of wounds, and well, as we fucking know, he literally can't bear the pain anymore. He leaves.
When the Witch King screams, it like hurts his shoulder, doesn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it does.
The sequels, but the first film, he has a blank sheet of paper.
Also, and in the Return of the King, you see how the chain where the ring is like
it's
burn marks around his neck.
It's weighing
it's
on
kind of
him.
like, oh, dude, poor Frodo.
And I think he just said the 3 films as a whole, there's good things to say about his character, but the first one, pretty much, he's a blank slate. Like, interesting.
Insane.
Sheet of paper. Sam is that blank sheet of paper's boyfriend, which we'll get onto later. And Merry and Pippin, they're pointless.
I
Tag
think
along on the
Skeptic's
joke.
right with
Pointless?
the homophobia.
Frodo escaped
That's why I
because
said
of them.
I hated to say it, but I'm pretty sure.
Everybody's gay, and that's bad. That seems to be the theme.
Like he has got a bone to pick with men having relationships with one another.
Yeah, like affection is apparently gay. I didn't know that, guys. I'm very gay right now for all of you. By the way. Yeah.
That's the thing about
to have a friend?
Sam and Frodo's relationship. It's a fucking. They're like really good friends. It's nice to see it.
Rose, is it gay to die for your friend?
It's weird how just
Really fucking gay.
moments apart, he said that Frodo is a bad character for letting Merry and Pippin distract the Uruk-hai, and then he says Merry and Pippin are useless, even though you just said they distracted the Uruk-hai, which allows Frodo to leave Am Hin, and Boromir has to come in to try and save Merry and Pippin. Like, everything's interconnected, and he just dismisses it like it never happened.
And all for no reason whatsoever. It's like that scene in Shrek.
Yeah.
How dare you?
You're coming with me.
Hey man, if he's going to compare it to a masterpiece like Shrek, I'm actually okay with this. Like,
at least it's not Harry Potter again.
So his criticism was that Merry and Pippin just come along, right? Like he's saying that there's no, they just do it, and he's right. They're the only 2 I'd say in the entire Fellowship that are not even sure what they've agreed to, but that's a part of their characters. They're very adventurous, rambunctious, reckless.
That is the point. Is that they're tailcoat chasers, so they saw an opportunity for an adventure and like literally grabbed it as it was leaving.
And there are several scenes where they express concern for their fellow hobbits. They
and then
love those guys.
Then they develop from a couple of idiots that want to drink pints at the bar to fucking heroes that literally dedicate their lives to saving the planet.
One of them saves
even in the first movie, they were always they had good hearts and good character. They were goofballs, sure, but they did the right thing and they were brave. And they were good.
In the end, they did the right thing.
Dude, another heart-melting moment is the Black Gate fight. Aragorn runs off, and then those 2 do. They're the next 2.
Yeah, they're the first ones to join Aragorn.
Yeah,
first one going forward.
FYI, Lord of the Rings is great, by the way.
That's also
if anything, Scotty and Pippin have the most character development.
Did you just say Scotty and
Pippin?
Yeah, Scotty Pippin. Scotty Pippin has the
Scotty and
Scotty Pippin for the 3.
Yeah,
that's a crossover.
Scotty Pippin for the 3-point character development.
Dude, I love that's such a meme right there. It's like my favorite characters are Scotty and Pippin.
What? The scenes at the start and at the end are incredible. The villain of Lurtz is so badass, and I wish we could have had more time with him, but sadly he gets Darth mauled and taken out fairly quickly.
I mean, he's not really...
He is what he is.
He's not really a character.
He is literally nobody.
He's just an Uruk-hai.
He was put in charge.
He's not even an Uruk-hai. He's the Uruk-hai with a handprint on his face.
Yeah.
That is what he is.
Well, yeah, he's Saruman's henchman.
They make it clear that basically no orcs, Uruk-hai, or goblins have like personal motivation. They're in an army because they're essentially corruptible monsters that they're foot soldiers.
None are recognizable past like a 5-minute mark. Like,
well, you have
I think the longest one that's the longest one that's recognizable is the one that wants to eat Scotty Pippin, and and like he's the only one that sort of like keeps coming back. But other than that, yeah, they're all forgettable.
Well, all the characters have to have their names dumped out exposition-wise. Lewis doesn't, so now you like him because
dude, right as Aragorn's about to fight him, Gandalf's like, "This is Lurtz. He's a big Uruk-hai."
And so falls Lurtz.
Saruman has sent his greatest warrior to kill you. Yeah, nah. fuck off.
The dude was literally born 3 minutes before this scene. Shut up.
Yeah, because he's the one. They show him getting bored and he breaks an orc's neck, right?
Yeah. He's the most aggressive of his kind.
That's why he's put in charge. He's just a fucking nightmare. That's all it is.
Yeah. He's a 6'6" fucking death machine, and that's all you need to know. Because, as it turns out, you don't need to characterize orcs. They're evil. It's obvious.
The bad man Adam said Gandalf is gone at that part. It's like, that's why it would be funnier. Gandalf just shows up and introduces Liz.
He's like in the middle of fighting the Balrog, and he's just like, Aragorn, this enemy is dangerous.
Much the same as Lurtz is. You will meet him in the future.
Look at him. He's so badass he gets stabbed and pulls himself further onto the sword only to get treated like a...
So this is something I would highlight as why he's, more impressive than your average Urukai, but this is not why I would highlight why he's such a great character. This feels very superficial.
Yeah, he's impervious to pain. Oh my god, who knew?
It's just like, I don't know, not going to be ascribing stuff quite yet, but I mean, seems like we know what makes you like characters. They do stuff like that.
Well, he just complained that he was too much like Darth Maul, and then he gave him a compliment that kind of made him sound like Darth Maul. So.
I mean, this is probably what he's trying to say. Darth Maul's cool, but he doesn't have much character. It's like, okay.
Yeah, and Lutz has less character than Darth Maul for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Darth Maul actually has a character. It's very, very simplistic. It's established in like 2 sentences. He hates Jedi. He wants the Sith to reign. So he's going to do what he can to kill them all. It's like, alright.
Good, kill them all.
And Lurtz is, I am evil Gloompus from under the floor. I will work for Saruman. You're like, okay, yeah, go for it.
A bitch. Also gotta love, read the books! Although, lads, best part of the movie, not in the book.
Best part of the movie?
Best part of the movie.
I hate this
guy.
What is this? That's what I just said.
He's on
I just said
right.
he wasn't comparing him to Maul as an insult. It was a compliment.
What?
Yeah. Like, it's fucking bizarre. What are we watching?
Like, Lurtz, what do you even mean by that? Like, him being in the film is the best thing for you, or his fight with Aragorn, or Amon Hen as a whole? Because
he's the best part of the film because he has a really awesome action scene with Aragorn, and that's literally
that's literally saying he's cool. It's cool because it's just like Darth Maul.
He killed Boromir, so he eliminated a non-character. Is it?
Yeah, kind of like Qui-Gon. Oh.
The movie is also arse-numbingly hypocritical, considering the whole premise is that all kinds of races come together as one. They all unite. All races are equal in the fight against evil. Yeah, all races are equal despite orcs being used as slaves.
What is he talking about? All races are equal? That's not the point.
I don't think that's said.
Willing to put aside their differences to work together for a greater good.
Also,
Thank you, Skeptic.
Yeah, there are evil members of every race, even wizards. So like, it's not about, if you are a race of any kind, you could join us. It's like, well, no, it's about what's in your heart. The race part is pretty fucking irrelevant.
If they were equal, then there would not be one person holding the fucking ring.
Yeah, the whole point is the reason why the fucking men can't be holding that ring is because men, as an allegory for how men as a whole, we're made up of good and evil. We have to, come through. It's like we're very corruptible. The hobbits, though, very pure. So we're gonna get Frodo's gonna carry the ring, and the rest of us are gonna fucking defend. Even Aragorn doesn't want to touch that thing, and he gets if you remember when he picks up the Palantir in the beginning of Return of the King, he like loses his shit. He's like, whoa, and the implication is that those things can corrupt pretty easily. Like, it's how Saruman got corrupted. Orcs as a race, they seem like they're creatures of like evil and pain and hatred in this world. Like that's what they are. There's not like an orc running around like, hey, my name is Bob.
They're corrupted elves. They're corrupted elves.
Yeah, they're not characters in that sense. They are evil. No. They're too far gone. They're not like humans. They're not another race.
However,
in the sense of
if an orc was to arrive at Rivendell and say, "Hey man, I want to fight with you guys. I'll give you info on Sauron. I don't like this whole thing." Do you really think they would just kill him? It's like if an orc wants to be a good guy, then they would be accepted in the fight against evil. But there's no such orc or urukai. That's not a thing in this universe.
Everything than us. The Nazgul are awesome, and again, I wish we had more time to focus on them, but these movies always seem to push the interesting...
I'm really starting to notice a pattern on what he likes versus what he does not like.
He likes, very superficial levels of cool. He wants more time with the Nazgul
and don't get
to
me wrong,
develop their basically not characters.
They're fucking cool.
He only complains about the character moments and then says that there's no character in them, and then says that these moments that are nothing are better.
If only they had more of these nothing moments. And when we say nothing moments, right? What's happening here is they're about to be found. Ah, they made it. That's like the tension of the scene.
It's literally tension.
It's
nothing. It is nothing. It's a jump
spooky.
scare. It's a fucking broom falling out of the closet when you're looking for a ghost. It's nothing.
And
as far as I remember, in the films, the ring wraiths or the Nazgul, they're just established as kings of men, corrupted by rings of power that Sauron gave them, and that's it. And but
yeah, they're wraiths, they're ghouls.
But characters, there's no characters, but the people that he loves the most are the literal fucking the ones that have the least amount of characters. Okay.
We need more alerts. We need more ring wraiths. They're cool. Fuck hobbits.
I think... You know, I'm gonna keep comparing to Harry Potter, but when
Darth Vader,
bro, you're the only one doing. You're the only one doing that. You are the only one doing that.
Stop comparing.
Dumbledore, Sirius Black, Snape, or
also
even
got bad
Dobby Dog.
news.
Why are we doing this? All he's doing is, I care more about Harry Potter than I do about Lord of the Rings, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, just move on.
Also,
oh, apparently he liked The Last Jedi. All right.
Sorry, that was loud.
It's a laugh because it all makes sense. All the pieces they plug together. You're like, okay.
Yeah. The universe just dropped on me, and I just fucking felt it.
I can't. Gandalf died, and I was just like,
what? That's not a criticism.
I didn't cry when Gandalf died, but
I am
Dobby
sorry.
died.
I'm sorry, but that is not a criticism. Something happened that I didn't like it, so it's worse.
Dude, I was fucking sad in the cinema. I still remember being like, no, he's like my favorite. The wizard, no.
Fly, you fools. Slip. No.
Skeptic, who talks like that?
All of them fucking lose their shit outside of Moria, too.
Yeah, why did Frodo yell Gandalf's name when he fell? Like, enough with the exposition. We know his name already. Like, calm the fuck down. Terrible writing alert? I think so.
Name. He used his full name as
Dude, I'm half expecting him to be like,
who it is that just died.
They had him say that because the audience forgot his name.
That's actually a thing as well. Fucking Harry Potter all like pretty much always introduces characters by their full names, like and there's many of them, and many of them have
Ronald Weasley.
Many of them have really silly names, but okay.
Yeah, dude, the amount of times Harry Potter is said across those films, I'm thinking past 100.
If he's gonna compare Dobby in the films, Dobby got done dirty. He basically was in the second film, and then he got cut out for the rest of them until they realized, oh shit, he has a bit of significance in the last film. Better bring him back just to get him killed.
I'm sorry. Are you telling me about Harry Potter? Because I strictly remember saying I don't care.
I don't give a shit about Harry Potter.
I'm
actually
Harry Potter begone.
We went from elf
lying.
supremacists to elves are shit.
I remember Harry Potter enough to fucking beat him over the head with it, how he's just pulling it out of his ass. Dobby is fucking shit in the films. He gets done dirty.
No, don't you get it? He's saying, yeah, maybe that's the case, but it's better than Lord of the Rings. Which is not infuriating at all. You're just like, la la la, I'm fine.
Yeah, look, like I said, I don't think he'd be holding. I don't think
his argument. His argument is just I like Dobby more than Gandalf. That's it.
Dobby,
Scotty.
I just.
Dobby and Scotty.
Look, even the heroes don't try to help him. They're just like, meh, it's gonna come back.
Okay.
What do you mean help him?
It's okay. He's just wrong. He's just
literally. He literally has a Balrog hanging from his ankle. What are they going to do?
Well, no. Okay, so
no, the whip just
Let's
like,
just get the
trips him up.
references 100% correct for this man and for us and for the audience. The situation is several goblins, we're looking at possibly like 20, are firing arrows at the team. Gandalf is what you could call, I don't know, a 10-second run away from the heroes, and he's slipping off the edge.
And he's sacrificed himself, so like for them to sacrifice themselves to save him would be like completely
Double
contradicting
sacrifice.
his sacrifice.
I would argue it's
it would
multifaceted.
contradict.
He wants to knock out the Balrog because it's one of the evilest fucking creatures that exist in this world that causes nothing but pain. Simultaneously, you guys gotta go. Okay, the only way they're gonna go is if I just fucking drop off right now. The amount of time it'll take to get me and the amount of hurt that can happen, it's not happening. Just go.
Well, what does fly, you fools mean? Run!
Get the fuck out of here. Just go.
It's not about, oh, please help me. Please, I don't want to die. No, he fucking tells them to go, you tosser.
Like you said earlier, like what is he? Was Frodo supposed to jump down the pit after him?
If he's a real hero with real character.
He has a rope attached to him, and he throws a lasso over Gandalf as he's falling, grabs and pulls him all the way back up.
Again,
Frodo the hero.
Again,
tie a rope to Frodo and chunk Frodo
end,
off the
end goal is to get Frodo away from the Balrog. Away from it.
Yeah, he even tells Aragorn that swords are of no use here because it's not going to die by a simple blade.
It's just wrong.
Yeah,
very wrong. Categorically wrong.
Chick, who by the way has never met Frodo, considering he's been wounded and she's only just met the others, cries when he's presumed dead.
He represents the fucking, like, the chance for this world to go on. The fight against darkness.
Also,
it is tragic as fuck
she's
if he
a
dies.
woman. The point, this is setting up her character. The point is that she's like a feminine character who's matronly. She cares. She has a heart. This again, like he's misinterpreting setup with development. Like he's mixing the two up. Like this is you're allowed to do this. You're allowed to set up a character like this, and then you can complain after the setup that something came out of nowhere.
Also, wait a minute.
This is not even the first time he's made this complaint.
This is after she escapes the ring race, right? She's like, Frodo, don't give in. He's on the
yeah,
brink.
Oh my god! So she was already fucking invested in him.
Yeah, he's about to die. Like,
yeah, Frodo's life is more important than just Frodo.
So, well, that's what I want to establish. First of all, you can't fucking be critical of a person tearing up over the death of an innocent person. Even what do you mean? Like, of course you can. Fuck off. Secondly, she knows who he is and what the point of his journey is.
Yeah.
This represents something
again,
huge.
This is again back to the my mother died and I felt nothing argument.
Yeah.
Like, why is this woman care that somebody else is dying? What the fuck?
To put it in her perspective, she's like several thousand years old. Seeing Frodo die, that's kind of like just seeing like a bloody a baby die.
Yeah, and again, like I was saying, like the reason why Frodo is effeminate is because that's shorthand for him being an innocent, creature. Like she's recognizing that innocence in him.
Yeah, to have a hobbit travel so far already, and then be put in such peril, it's fucking heartbreaking to them or to her. But nah. I felt nothing.
You felt nothing.
Why is she crying? Don't say just a random death would upset anyone because what do you mean?
Like, dude, I've literally come across dying animals in the woods and teared
oh my
up.
god, that's
like,
fucking disgusting. Jesus Christ.
No,
oh
it's
my
like
god. What the hell, dude?
I'm just saying, like you
like on stream and everything.
It's okay.
It happens, Rags. Nature is battle.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's okay to feel an emotion when you come across something that's dying. That doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Can I just highlight that Greg had to say that it's okay to feel emotions when something is dying.
It's clearly just because Frodo's white. That's it. It's just
like
that's the reason why.
It is silly that I have to point that out. That it's fine to feel an emotion when something dies.
No, Greg.
Emotions
emotions are effeminate, Greg. So you can't do that if you're a guy.
Is it gay to mourn?
Because it's treated like an emotional moment between actual friends with the direction of musical.
It's treated as though they're actual friends. Please tell me how you inferred this. Like, how do you know that? What is the difference between a scene where a friend is dying and a person in general that you care about is dying, and all you have is tearing up? How do you discern the difference? How is that done?
The amount of teardrops that fall from the eyes.
Ah, of course. I'm retarded. Of course.
Speaking of which, Boromir, played by Sean Bean, he's the only character in this film with any kind of development, and even that's
Stop!
That's the third time. Time that's been said.
Stop it.
Stop.
Somebody must stop this man.
It's fascinatingly wrong.
Stop it.
Like, it's not just wrong.
Boromir
it's
does arguably have, like, he has the shortest character arc, but the most powerful. But like,
it's very explicit. Like,
yeah, there's a lot going on with Boromir.
But the thing is, to say he's your favorite is like saying the part of the rock song you like the most is when they hit that one hard note. And it's like,
hey man, he is my favorite. Fuck you.
I mean, I know, and I mean, I meant to.
Well, wait. I guess I want to push back on. I actually do think there's a level of complexity. If you take all three films, Boromir's through line is relatively complex. This son of a steward of a great kingdom has got a huge weight on his shoulders.
In retrospect, through his brother's experiences,
we get a lot of information that it really I find him quite endearing. That he's like a legend, and he's fulfilled his like position in his family and his kingdom. Comes to this fellowship and he's just not taken seriously. In fact, he's villainous almost immediately. And yet, if you watch his actions carefully, he keeps doing really good things. He's just getting more and more corrupted and tempted by this ring, which is entirely informed by the fact that he wants to save his kingdom.
Yeah, there's a lot of really nifty little things with Boromir and what he says and what his concerns are and how he, like, one of the first things we see him doing after they leave Rivendell is he is training Merry and Pippin in swordsmanship because he knows that they'll need it and they need to be trained in this. Like, he legitimately cares. When they're in the Caradhras Pass and the snow's coming down, what happened? What does he say? What about, the hobbits will never survive this. He's not about, not we won't survive, but these little hobbits, they're not used to this. They're not gonna live. His concern is with them. And like, there's so much to be explored with all the little bitty things.
It's really good. He jumps with Merry and Pippin. He jumps with them, and when they get to the staircase in Moria, he's looking after them specifically. He cares about him a lot, and of course, the line that solidifies it all is when he's close to death. He says, they took the little ones. It's like extremely gut-wrenching if you're very invested in Boromir.
Yeah. I mean, even when Gandalf dies, Boromir is saying to the hobbits that Boromir's the one who has Frodo and tries to get Frodo out while they're in danger. But once the danger is past, he wants them to have a moment to grieve.
Boromir's a legend.
Just put it out there. Amazing.
Oh my
He's
God,
fucking great.
get over it.
Minimal. Frodo is reluctant to use the ring, and eventually Boromir wants to try to use his powers. He's the only one.
Eventually, he wants to. No, not eventually. He wants from the get-go. Boromir says, "This is a gift. This weapon."
It's set up.
It's
this is literally
characteristic.
This is literally the setup. This is setting up.
Core characteristic. Boromir is defined
he is weak
by wanting to save his kingdom.
They're setting up that he's weak to this ring in this very moment, so that when it happens at the end, it's not a surprise.
Can't believe it.
It's not much something, and then he gets into a fight with Frodo.
Oh my God, this summary's gonna hurt, isn't it? This is gonna hurt me.
And then he gets into a fight with Frodo.
This is gonna hurt my soul.
Then he gets into a fight with Frodo.
Please don't, in defense of Boromir, sum him up so simplistically. Please, don't skip all the scenes.
Do I go take a shit for this?
He then redeems his own selfish actions by sacrificing himself, so they again kill off the most interesting character.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Again.
Oh my God. The fact that he died is what makes him interesting.
Yeah, it's not everything
else. If he doesn't die,
else.
he's not interesting.
I wouldn't agree with that.
Well, wait,
that's the point of his character, though, is that.
Wait, hang on. Wait, are you saying that? Honestly, are you saying that's his perspective?
I don't agree that
because I completely disagree. His death isn't the reason he's an interesting person.
He would certainly be way less interesting if he had not made this sacrifice. Because the point is that he
if he would have somehow survived these wounds, it would not have made him any less interesting. Because his intention was fully to, if he had to, sacrifice himself to save the hobbits. If he happened to survive this, we know that he was still committed to doing it, which doesn't take anything away from his character.
Yeah, but then he would have just been Han Solo in Return of the Jedi for the whole rest
No. So what we've got to work with then is he's going to feel like he's the reason Merry and Pippin were taken, and he's going to be wanting to fight for them back. And he wants to save Gondor. There's loads to work with still.
His impact in the Return of the King would have been massive because of Faramir and Denethor's relationship. And
we got that.
Boromir, if he was alive,
remember,
he would have completely changed that dynamic.
Denethor as a character, he's pretty much entirely identified by the fact that he is still a good guy, quote unquote, but he thinks there's no chance they can win. And that's clearly in Boromir in his conversations with Aragorn. The last thing he says to Aragorn when he knows he's dead is, "You can do it, save the kingdom, fight for our people."
I would have followed you, go to my king.
Yeah. The implication being that had he survived, I think Aragorn and Boromir's relationship would have been fascinating to watch.
Absolutely. And I think the endings for, like, Denethor was even described as like a poison that Sauron is using against Gondor. And if Boromir was alive, that would have totally changed how Denethor would have behaved.
Yeah, honestly, Boromir surviving Amon Hen, I'd be game to watch that what if.
Absolutely. It's like it would have been I think it would have been a very different, especially Return of the King.
Okay, Mauler, you get that movie, but it's written by Ryan Johnson.
No.
Fuck.
He would open it with all of the characters dying.
He would have been like, actually, Boromir was shit.
Okay, I concede that there's plenty to do with him, but I still maintain that the only reason I find him as impactful a character is because he does die.
Well, his death is certainly very impactful. It's definitely the sting at the end of the first movie is that he dies.
It's the punctuation of what he's all about. I feel like
it is a very important point because he is, like, besides Aragorn, he's the most royal one in the party, and the fact that he's the one that died, like, that looks bad for the party. And like that's a very important plot point. Like he is more. I mean, unfortunately, he is kind of more of a plot point than a character in some ways. Like, not I'm not no, I don't really mean that like that. But
I like the idea that he's looking at me and Rags as avatars, and he's like,
Boromir and Faramir. They're my fucking boys. All right.
Well, Boromir is my boy.
I like the way that Boromir's story is continued through Faramir, though. I like that better because then when his father, sacrifices him at the end, it's just like, what were you doing? Like, why would that even happen? Yeah, and that's another thing is that he serves as like a reflection of what can happen to our more beloved characters. Like this again is the most royal character, so like there's a focus on him that he's supposed to be the most noble, and then just in a very short period of time falls and then redeems himself and dies. Like can we let's just move on? We've been talking
sure.
We're talking about how amazing these non-characters are for two.
Right, yeah. Like we get
in the next hour.
Can I just say this was the best part of the video so far? Just talking about
him tacitly admitting there are things about Boromir that are good in characterization. It's like, oh, thank God, we got something.
Also, I'd like to bring everyone's attention to what I just posted.
Oh, he's got a comment saying opinions are subjective. Get over yourself.
Not just that, but the guy. Well, somebody said that this was shit, and then he said it translated to I didn't watch the whole thing, and I can't counter any of the points. Ooh.
Oh, right. So the first comment says I could pick apart so many of the criticisms in this review, but it would take too long. And he said that translates into I can't counter any of the points. Didn't watch the whole thing. Opinions are subjective. Get out of here. I want to make everyone aware. We've just crossed into the 3-hour mark. Is that 7, 8, 9?
It's 14 minutes of the fucking video.
Yeah, right. We're almost at 15 minutes, and it's taken us 3 hours to counter him effectively. Like, this is intense. He's gotten so much wrong.
Greg, how's your Efap going?
I hope you.
Yeah, I'm definitely never coming back.
Yay, we did it.
We'll make the most of it then. We'll be all right. But yeah, I just want to, he said he cared where he didn't care before. It's like, all right. Thumbs up. Good job.
No, I'm glad that I came for this one because I mean I knew like you're not gonna do a Star Wars one, but like Lord of the Rings is my second fave. So.
Oh, I mean,
You said we're not gonna do a Star Wars. Do you know who we are?
we don't really do Star Wars.
We're known for hating Star Wars and by extension women.
Why won't you just buy the toys and shut up?
Buy the toys, dig it.
The only thing I can
Target
hope for
practice.
I just like the idea that you're like, you guys ever gonna cover a Star Wars video? It's like, yeah, maybe, yeah, we could do, possibly. I'll let you know.
I only hope that he repeats the same points and we just get to go. We've already covered that, so we don't have to spend another.
He usually gets faster because yeah, we'll see.
I hope we would just repeat ourselves. So.
And even Saruman has no reason to turn evil. No.
What?
Oh my god!
No!
Fucking open my mouth.
No!
How I've never seen someone be so efficiently wrong. Every sentence.
What do you mean? He's explicit, explicit in this scene.
I need another beer.
This whole scene explains it so fucking efficiently.
Saruman is fully convinced that Sauron has the power to take over the entire world with no trouble.
He's literally saying, I'm going to pick the winner.
Yep.
Fuck you, Gandalf.
And he says, Gandalf, you should totally choose the right team, bro. And then Gandalf's like, And if you remember, he tries again when they're at the top of the tower. He's like, you should fucking do it. And Gandalf says to him, which should be significant, fuck, what's the full line? There is only one Lord of the Rings, and he does not share power. It's fucking great.
Yeah, because it comes down to that. Saruman was head of the White Council of Wizards, and after years of studying dark magic, he became infatuated with the powers of the ring.
Well, yeah, he's also corrupted by the Palantir as well. Gandalf says, like, you have no idea who's watching.
It's the same as Denethor. It poisons the mind. It feeds on your worst and darkest desires and makes you become the worst version of yourself. And if you do that to a wizard, you get a pretty nasty enemy.
So
this is
I'm gonna assume while I was pissing away my frustrations and grabbing more alcohol that you guys have demolished the whole Saruman has no reason to turn evil.
Yes, it wasn't that hard.
Okay, good. Because he explicitly says it. I just wanted to make sure.
Done! He's mates with Gandalf and then goes evil, and his excuse is...
Oh my god, you read this like a child. He's mates with Gandalf and he goes evil. It's like, yeah, okay, that's... If the volume's off and you peer at the screen once per minute, you might come to that conclusion, I suppose. Mates with Gandalf is pretty complicated as a relationship.
No, I get it. Like, they're friends 1 second and then they're not friends? What does this mean?
Nonsense.
When did Saruman the Wise abandon reason for madness?
Madness!
So that's Gandalf basically saying, fuck you. It's
you're crazy.
It's not him actually commenting in the meta, being like, this doesn't make sense, Saruman.
He's being redundant. He's being redundant, yes. Like, he's spelling it out like you are making me face a decision you know that I cannot.
It's an awesome old wizard way of saying you're fucking nuts. I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm not joining the evil team.
Your hubris has blinded you.
You think that it's gonna go one way, but that's not how Sauron operates. This is not how it's gonna end. You crazy.
Well, that's the thing. I really want to highlight that scene on the tower gives you everything you need. Even Gandalf thinks Saruman's an idiot from his own perspective of, like, I want to be powerful, I want to rule with the winners, and he's like, you don't understand. You're not even going to get that. Like, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, the Dark Lord does not share power.
Chat just pointed out as well, remember when he was complaining about too much exposition, and now he doesn't understand the actual exposition?
Oh, again, I've said the story, it's explicit in this scene. It's hard to miss.
What's he doing now? Talking the mountain to death? What is going
No,
on?
he's causing he's causing a fucking blizzard.
I command you to make people...
So this shot is fucking awesome.
It is
and he's
amazing.
casting a spell, right? Like he's using word magic to cause a thing to happen, and it's
He is
Christopher Lee
summoning
bellowing out
elements.
this speech. Like, I don't what.
This
So
is
this,
one of Christopher Lee's greatest moments.
like finding this silly, I'll be like, all right, this is actually harder for me to see. I just think this is epic as fuck.
I love that he thinks that he's talking to the mountain though. Like nothing else is happening in this shot. He's just talking to a mountain.
Yeah, and he's like, "Wake up, cruel red horn," and all this.
It's
other
so
stuff you can see
fucking
in the
awesome. I don't know.
subtitles,
Also, again,
causing an avalanche and a blizzard, and may your horn be bloodstained.
I know you'll hate me again, guys, but again, Harry Potter, he's being a wizard. He's being a fucking wizard, but when it's in Lord of the Rings, oh no, that's just fucking.
It's actually cool, yeah.
Not only is there no character development, but there's no story structure either. The movie is just walking and talking.
I'm ahead of.
You can't be serious.
We have dismantled this argument already.
What are you like? This is parody now. The movie has no structure. It's just walking and talking. It's like they have a destination.
He didn't
they
even
must
say no
travel
structure. He literally said there is no character development. It is just walking and talking.
Didn't he say? I could have sworn he mentioned structure, like no story structure or something.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hang
I
on.
think he said structure.
Unironically,
Yeah, no story structure.
Yeah,
he said both though. There's no character development and no story structure. So he said both. But yeah.
Like, what do you do it? Like, if you honestly want to make an argument for why Lord of the Rings is very flawed, don't open with "there's no character development or story structure." That's probably not the best way to start.
It's just walking and talking.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's
Shakespeare. It's just walking and talking. Game of Thrones, just walking.
Dude, 12
and
Angry Men
talking.
is just 12 dudes in a room talking.
Star Wars is just flying ships through space.
It's just sitting in spaceships and jabbering on about bullshit.
It's just like, so what happens during these talks and walks? Anything of interest? I don't know.
No,
No, shut up.
These characters. Nothing these people are saying is telling us any more about them.
Oh my god, it's the complete opposite. It's actually the opposite.
It's so interesting. It's fascinating. It makes you wonder when he was getting the footage for this clip. Like, surely the audio must have been playing, and he must have listened to. Like, how?
This is
I
brilliant.
don't know how you do it.
Like, we went over this ahead of time, so we don't even have to explain it anymore. It's in this stream. Like, you can go find.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Is like we keep having to run into the same argument over and over again.
Not just that. I thought Boromir was his Bezzy, so why is this a shit scene?
Man,
I thought Boromir was the one redeeming character because he had character development and all this other shit.
Yeah, but he's also
this
someone who
scene-
has
this scene-
shitty scenes that don't do anything. So
Like, he's a badass and he has a sword and he like killed all the Uruk.
I mean, he's got a horn too. Don't forget the horn.
Yeah, that's what made him cool.
the
not this
horn
boring.
made him cool.
Hey, the horn of Gondor could be heard for like fucking 10,000 miles. It's
Listening to this fucking scene again in retrospect, it's just so fucking meaningful.
No.
It's
No.
It's such a good. That's the thing. Like, this scene tells us so much about Boromir and Aragorn learning about his legacy and his duty and coming to grips with it, and how much Boromir cares about Gondor and how he does want them to be united. And it's just fuck this guy in this video. It's so terrible.
Racist.
I hate white people.
Why does he have 0 arrows in his chest in this scene?
Yeah, I'm counting the arrows in Boromir, and I'm getting about 0. So let's fucking speed things up, okay?
Like this shit. Let's fucking go.
It's like arrows to enjoyment. This diagonal line. It's like, yeah, it's pretty much how it works.
He wants to see Boromir on just some stone patio saying, "I never liked arrows. They're pointy and long, and they get everywhere."
And that would probably be amazing foreshadowing for him. That would be
such good foreshadowing. Yes.
Like, oh, Luke.
Boromir has a fear of arrows.
He just doesn't like arrows. But I wonder what will become of him.
So good.
And then Lurtz could be his like metaphorical nightmare, his worst,
Lurtz is just an arrow. It's just a particular
He's a
arrow.
walking
named
arrow.
Lurtz that haunts his dreams.
He files his teeth down to like arrowheads.
he has an incredible distrust of Legolas, not because it's an elf, but because it's really good with a bow. He's like, I never trust an archer with their pointy.
What kind of man is
Legolas,
good with a bow?
In the next fight, do you think you could? Did you think you could like use your swords instead? That'd be great. Cheers.
Look, I really like my bow. He's like, I know you do. I've noticed you really do. But, oh,
He just has this disdain for Legolas throughout the Fellowship scenes, and we're all just like, why though? It's like it all gets revealed.
yeah, like if you were saying, I'm gonna destroy America if you don't shorten these movies, it'd have to be America. Because if it was like shorten these movies or else Peru's gone, I'm just like, I'm keeping the movies as they are. I'm sorry, but if you're like, I'm gonna destroy America or something like that, I like, oh fine, I guess we could shorten the slow-mos down a little bit. Is that enough? Can we stop there?
Hey, we're not cutting anything out of Moria, okay? I'll kill you.
Yeah, Moria is. I don't fucking care if America's the cost. A man's got to stand for something, okay? And Moria is that thing.
I even made a point in my notes that at the
These notes are fascinatingly bad. I was kind of skimming them as you were talking. Oh,
okay.
Wait.
Friends with Gandalf. Oh,
wait. 46 writers are awesome and cool, but they never get adopted upon. They're Darth Mauls. Elijah Wood came. What the fuck?
Dude, these... Alright, we're gonna have to go for the top, I guess. This is it. Just... If I told you right, I was reading out my notes, and these all have timestamps. This is it. What time do you think we have? This dialogue bores me. I can't give a shit about the story. Who knows? White guy was friends with Gandalf and turns evil for no reason.
this is like our window into his terrible,
oh my boy,
horrible method of making videos.
Why has he just got quotes?
Literally nothing happens until Boromir sacrifices.
Okay.
I'm trying because I compare these notes that he has to the notes that I have on The Mandalorian. And it's like two entirely different universes worth of it's just so different. These are the most worthless notes ever.
Riders are awesome and cool, but they never get adapted upon. Adapted upon.
Yeah, exactly.
What? Compare it to my notes and take his, and you're like, oh, okay. I guess he really gave this a lot of thought.
Like also for the part with Saruman in 41:23, he says like there's no explanation, right? But in 41:50 and 42, that's like we must join with him. It would be wise, my friend. You could imply that there's a threat, right? I mean, come on, man.
There's no reason. He says this is the reason.
Yeah, you wrote this down. Like
also,
it is quite obvious that every time, well, he listens to the dialogue, he even writes it down at times, and then he literally just dismisses it.
Can I highlight, he's got 5150, Frodo always sounds so feminine, shampoo my hair, do my nails.
That's the...
Oh yeah, I mean, Lord of the Rings destroyed. I mean, what else? What can you say? I mean, if that's not a takedown, I don't know what is.
In fact, when compiling the script...
Oh, what is this?
Oh no. Oh no.
I feel it needs more. Can't think. You know them things in Fellowship that look like Dementors? Why is everything Harry Potter? Are they called Riders? They're the Nazgul. Sean Beat equals Boromir. Yeah. Is it Frodo he fights in the Fellowship? That's memorable, I'm asking you. Lol, did you just not watch it? Yes, it is. I zoned out at the 9-hour mark.
I had to ask my best friend who loves this movie about certain things in it because it was so memorable I'd already forgotten what happened just a
I don't give a fuck if
few
you
days
don't
after
remember.
watching it.
Yeah, if you review it, you need to know what's in it. That's just like the base bottom line.
Yeah, like why are we talking like I don't remember it? It's like, okay.
Then you need to watch it fucking again before you make a video on it, numbskull.
So like the I don't remember it though, that can be a valid argument if the premise he set up is that the plot moves too quickly. However, that's the exact opposite of what he fucking said 2 fucking seconds ago.
Of course he does.
Here, she turns into a demon and then goes right back to normal for no reason.
No reason. No reason.
The ring
Oh
she's
God.
wearing does that. She's
No
a ring
reason.
bearer.
No
She's
reason.
literally a ring bearer trying to fucking scare the shit out of Frodo.
Well, this is her test where she has successfully rejected the temptation of the One Ring.
Yeah.
And this is it's super scary for Frodo to see a woman like this be turned into that for a moment as she's fighting off the temptation and what it could mean for the world. Like, this is very impactful for Frodo a lot, but also for Galadriel. Like, it's a big deal. Even her, of all people, can be seriously tempted by this ring.
Can I just say, it's explicit once again. She delivers a speech about how she could be so powerful. She could be in all control. And then once it's all over, she says, I believe something along the lines of, I've passed the test.
Yeah, I passed the test.
Yeah, she basically says that, she'd be stronger than the foundations of the earth, and all shall love and me and despair.
Yeah, I'd be a big queen, and everyone fucking loved me, and they'd follow my TikTok and all that bullshit. And she's like, no, I don't want it.
If you see a character like Frodo as the guy that hangs around and does nothing, this scene would make no sense to you.
I guess so.
Yeah. There's just this angry lady here, and she's like fucking spazzing out. She's going to some fit. Like, what's up with that? Like, take your pills, am I right?
It affects nothing! The scene...
It affects nothing.
It affects nothing!
Oh, except
So-
if Galadriel had fallen for the temptation of the ring, God
everything
knows what
changes.
would have
Do you know what
happened.
Galadriel
Everything
gives our
changes.
team? She gives them weapons, tools, all of which get used. She even gives Gimli hair.
They get a big buff. They get a
Oh,
big
yes.
buff in this scene.
Yeah.
The fact that she doesn't fucking take the ring is incredibly important, but okay. Man, this is fun to a degree.
Again, keep banging on about it. Establishes why Frodo is the ring bearer. Why he alone has the task to do it, or has to have it's forced upon him.
Yeah,
we keep reestablishing what the ring does to people.
Frodo is not like volunteering for this because he thinks that he's going to get a free trip to Disneyland. You know, it's.
Though he should.
To be fair, he wouldn't be
yeah,
calling
I
up
mean,
for most
if we're
of the
gonna make that
rides,
argument,
so
yeah,
it would be a waste.
Definitely.
Yeah, he deserved the fast track pass too.
Yeah.
And Sam. And
He's not
Mary.
tall enough for the rides.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
He should be exempted. They should add a booster seat for him.
Yeah.
Booster seat.
In bit! This is the whole film! Tiny little plot, but then it's just pointless things happening! But people think they look cool, so it's deemed as story-driven.
Oh my god.
People think it looks cool, so it's deemed as story.
Yeah, fucking Legolas paddling that canoe is so fucking cool.
This is what people reference when they're like, dude, the coolest fucking moments of Lord of the Rings, paddling
When
them
they set
fucking
out
boats.
from Rivendell with those gay-ass canoes. It's so
His
cool, man,
arguments-
the way they
his
paddle.
Arguments
Isn't
just
it
make
Lothlorien?
less and less sense as we progress through this.
Yeah, we don't really need to do anything with this. We can just move on. Just like.
But they have nothing to do with anything! It's so padded with filler, I mean...
Oh god.
Oh god.
Ooh, he said the Balrog CGI looks fucking awful. Wow.
What?
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really?
You pick a film from 2001 that looks better.
No, the Balrog holds up. There's only one shot that I think it doesn't necessarily hold up, and it's when there's a shot where it's walking behind Gandalf. It looks there's criticism to be levied there to a degree, but the rest of it looks fucking amazing still. Like if it released in a movie today, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Again, find me a better film. Well, find me a film that did CGI better in that time period. Maybe The Matrix. Maybe.
I like I feel nothing when Gandalf dies. Okay.
Good for you, I guess.
Oh my god, dude, it says at no point to this dragged out shots of their faces, dragged out everything. It's showing them reacting to losing fucking Gandalf.
Yeah, they're all in despair.
Please don't Ryan Johnson this and be like, we know they're sad, we don't need to see the reaction. It's like,
They're all grieving. That's all it was.
White Wizard
wow.
talks to awesome looking mud person.
Yeah.
Well, at least first off, it's person of mud, so let's tone it down a bit, dude.
And it's not even in the books. So what? Are you insinuating Jackson's a racist? Is that what you're getting at?
I don't know, man. I'm a big fan of mud people.
I hate this video.
To awesome mud person. All right, these notes are next level.
In this movie, there is a scene where its purpose is for the heroes to realise the ring must be taken to Mordor to be destroyed. That's it.
Yeah.
It lasts 8 minutes!
Okay, so there's a lot more going on in that scene than just
the purpose
that.
establishes so much. He literally complained that they spent so much time doing exposition in this scene.
So between us, what gets achieved in this scene wholly? I would say like we get character work for pretty much everyone. Like
it shows the corrupting influence of the ring. Also, like it revels in people fighting over it.
We have a bit of back and forth as to what to do with the ring because it's not instantly concluded destroy it. As Boromir pointed out, let's use it, and then we have to explain why that's a bad idea.
And also the fact that Frodo volunteers wasn't
this is what I mean about
like that. Nobody at that conversation knew that a hobbit was going to volunteer to carry the ring.
Yeah, and it works that it's a hobbit because all the other races have issues with each other, but nobody really cares about hobbits. Nobody believes the hobbit is going to do it because it's for their own interests. It's like everyone's like, oh.
If I remember, it kind of takes a shot from Frodo's perspective, and he sees all of them sitting in a circle squabbling, and then he goes, "I'll take it. I'll take the ring."
You of course get Boromir saying they should use it against Sauron, which is very, very. Like I said, this is establishing who Boromir is and what he cares about. Very important.
Yeah, I mean,
the fact that they're all willing to work together to defeat it because this thing is more detrimental to everyone than it is to any like singular faction or area of Middle Earth. Like, there's so much going on, and it pains me that he's you could have just had them say, "We got to take it to Mordor." Good.
Yeah, it's characters, it's stakes, it's all kinds of different things. It shows how deadly and evil the One Ring is. It gets everyone to bicker. It almost instantly corrupts Boromir as he approaches it the first time. It gets his contrast with Aragorn. We are introduced to Gimli and Legolas and Boromir as characters. It shows the hobbits and them banding together. It establishes the Fellowship. It goes into Gandalf's using the Black Speech of Rivendell for the first time. There's a lot
the Black
that
Speech of Rivendell.
No,
the Black Speech in Rivendell.
Oh, I thought you said of Rivendell. I was like, what the fuck?
No.
Yeah, no, absolutely right.
It's 8 minutes.
A lot happens.
I would downright argue that this scene is efficient with its time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this scene is absolutely
and there's a lot of visual storytelling.
This is the pivotal scene. So I mean, if
any
scene deserves to be long, though,
we go from one movie to another movie with this scene.
This establishes the name of the film.
Yeah,
deserves to be long. This is the one.
This is the Suicide Squad scene of the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring. Like, are we some sort of Fellowship of the Ring? I remember that pivotal scene. Gimli goes, "Oh, we're some sort of Fellowship of the Ring now." Oh, that perfect movie.
Some kind of Suicide Squad. It's like, oh yeah.
Time's in that time! And this is the scene that sets up the entire adventure, and it takes place at the hour-and-a-half mark!
Whoa. This is the scene that sets up the whole adventure. It's too long.
There's so much wrong with this. First of all, the adventure started before this started. We're going to Rivendell. That is significant for anyone in Hobbiton, alright? That's the way the three films go. The scale just keeps getting higher and higher. Secondly, it takes like till the end of the film to even talk about destroying the Death Star in A New Hope. How shit is that?
Yeah.
I guess.
At the 2.5 hour mark.
It's like, yeah, New Hope.
Point of the movie.
Yeah.
TLJ introduces the big bad supremacy right at the beginning. It's way better.
Yeah.
The movie does nothing but show off the countryside and puts everything else on hold. It's like someone's whispering in Jackson's ear.
Didn't he compliment this at the beginning?
Yeah,
talking about
the model. Maybe it was just the technical aspect he was complimenting, like the models and stuff.
Okay, well.
Peter, shouldn't we write more story?
No!
Pretty sights! Let's just loads of shots of New Zealand! It's a fucking...
Alex, what is an establishing shot?
He's flipping out, man.
Man, he's
Rivendell looks cool
literally complaining about establishing shots.
Because if he didn't have this shot, you know what he'd be doing? He'd be going, "Where are we? What the fuck is this? Where are we?" He'd just be doing that instead.
Well, if we look at the still right here of Rivendell, just from this shot, you go, man, I sure don't want this place to be destroyed and overrun by orcs. Like, what an amazing,
Well,
idyllic, wonderful place this is.
Yeah, let's go film critic mode. So, what is this shot telling you? It's like it's bathed in sunlight. It seems pretty hidden, safe,
also,
and warm.
Yeah, it's a hidden spot. So like, the thing is like, when we cut to the hobbits here, it's like, don't worry, we're safe
It's like
in
a
Rivendell.
checkpoint.
It's a nice hidden place.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't it be nice to see how it's hidden so we don't just
It's a
like
little
have
safe
to
zone.
guess?
Look at there's more going on than just, oh my god, bored of the water and trees. It's like, okay, all right, buddy.
Yeah.
You don't there's a reason they would have had this shot beyond just, hey, we got to establish we're at Rivendell. Just put some picture on there. I don't
Yeah,
know.
this is where our characters are. This is where the story is taking place. Like, really, really basic shit.
And it's more than just fucking just trying to show off how beautiful New Zealand is as a country. Come on. Move on.
What? Fuck this script! What the fuck? The director didn't give a shit! Fucking just...
You okay?
It really is. The director didn't give a shit. Wow.
Hang on. That is like the last thing you could accuse Peter Jackson of.
Never heard that before.
He looked kind of actually pissed, and what we've seen so far doesn't support this reaction. I'm just like, what's wrong? You okay?
I mean, I would, even as much as I hate TLJ and think it's an abortion of cinema, I would never say that Ryan Johnson didn't care.
Yeah, he cared.
Yeah. You know, he cared about the wrong things, but he did care.
Yeah.
Alright, well.
Spend it all on crane shots! Who gives a fuck about writing? Just
crane
You don't spend money on a script as a writer, you write. It's time.
Yeah.
Not money.
You need time and skill. You know how much
buying successful writers is going to get a guaranteed a shit
the
script.
Story is established by a fucking book series.
It's so strange.
I'm looking through the.
This book is cancer.
Okay.
All right, man. Like, he's
right.
kind of. All I hear is re.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna let him move right along, I guess. You okay? You dying?
No! I think I've established I'm not.
I'm not.
Like, since you asked, no, I'm
No,
not.
I am not okay.
I am very bothered by this.
How? You know Grimo's not in here?
Okay.
That's a bit shit, actually. I mean...
I'm sorry?
Camera's out of focus.
Expect that. Let's continue.
It's weird that, the background is always focused and not him.
I think the camera doesn't want to,
Well, you could turn off autofocus.
No.
Camera. I'd like to think that, the camera doesn't like him. I'd like to think that, yeah. Yeah, I agree with that idea.
The movie is just constant padding and constant filler for no reason.
That's your fucking review.
No
He
reason.
keeps saying things like a criticism, and then he'll end it with "for no reason." It's always
For
like,
no
why do you keep
reason.
saying that?
They want to destroy a ring for no reason.
They're walking and talking for no reason.
No reason. Oh, look, elves. They've got pointy ears for no reason. Oh, hobbits are so short for no reason.
The white man with the mud people is evil for no reason.
He's just so fucking dense. I'm just gonna say.
The first
For
screenwriting
no
lessons you
reason.
learn is less is better. Writing 875 pages doesn't make it better writing. It makes it lazier, if anything, because although it took
Better
you long-
writing makes it better writing.
How would that be lazier?
Whoa. What?
Hold your
Making it
horses
1,000
there.
pages is
Now
lazy.
he's saying J.R.R. Tolkien's lazy.
He's
You
literally
piece of
accusing
shit.
Tolkien
Is he a
being
troll?
lazy.
Is he a troll, guys? It has to be,
Oh,
right?
man.
This can't be real.
Look, you're just not
This
listening to
can't
his
be
arguments,
real.
okay? You just can't counter them.
Tolkien survived the trenches of the Great War to get this guy's fucking video.
If you think about it, writing 800 pages is lazy.
That's why my script is only like half of one. Because I work hard.
I hate it.
I have so much hate.
Right, you couldn't convey that message in fewer. You needed to stretch it out as long as possible when it wasn't necessary.
Clearly that's not as long as possible.
Alright, so if I was him, God, I'm already shivering at the thought, but if I was him and I had my terrible opinions and horrible hairline and I was trying to convince everybody that I was correct about these movies, then I would say, here's an example. This scene and this scene are totally redundant, and here is why you don't need to have both of these scenes and it's too long. That's what I would do if I was him. That would be my attempt to convince people. I highly doubt he's actually going to do that. Because all this is surface level. There's no point where he dives in and really explains things. It's just a lot of assertions and claims with nothing to back it up.
For no reason.
Well, it's
For no
because
reason.
he's not lazy. He's not like J.R.R. Tolkien. He's not lazy like that guy.
Yeah. 800 pages, what a lazy fuck.
We're almost
And yes, I got this impression with the books as well. I feel like they were just as poorly written, unnecessarily padded out, and the dialogue just...
Oh boy.
Now he's going for the books, boys. He's going for the books.
I'm glad
So you have chosen death.
Yep.
Don't even want to go there. We're just like, alright.
No.
Just...
No.
God.
Jesus Christ.
as wooden and phony.
They're the way.
The movie even has a 6-minute intro. 6 minutes.
Didn't he compliment it?
Oh no.
Wait. What?
Wait, so how long is an intro allowed to be? Just question mark.
Hey, here, let me double check. I got my file open.
6 minute intro in a 3-hour movie is
bad.
Hey, here's the thing. Alien, you guys remember Alien? It takes fucking like 7 odd minutes until a character says anything.
That's
and
bad.
The intro's amazing. But
including intro like logos, it's pretty much 7.5 minutes, and then we zoom in on Bilbo and the Shire. So yeah.
So that's too much, right? Can you check your book of how long things have to be? Because we often get told things are either too long or too short with no qualification.
Minute. No one saw my movie. I'm sure it'll come back and bite me in the ass if I don't mention it. My film had a 6-minute intro, but the difference is that was made when I had no idea about how filmmaking worked.
What?
I won't
What?
He's still got he's got holes in his wall. He lives in squalor.
What is this argument?
What is this?
What is this argument?
Oh,
What is this argument? This movie this movie's bad because it has a 6-minute intro. For example, my movie had a 6-minute intro,
Because
and I'm
you see,
terrible
I am an
at making movies.
I'm not lazy.
I'm awful. Don't do what I do. Like what?
Like what is that argument?
For no reason.
I don't understand this argument.
Don't compare yourself to fucking Jackson or Tolkien.
What?
You're neither.
Like, I gotta admire his gumption though. Like, yeah, he just compared. Yeah, he's right. He just compared himself to fucking Peter Jackson.
I'm baffled. It's like, I know it's bad because I did it when I was bad. Okay.
What is this? What are we watching?
Also, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna watch your movie. I'm gonna watch The Lord of the Rings again. Just to spite
yeah.
you.
I'm morbidly curious about his movie.
No, it's not.
No.
Rags, I'm warning you. From just this scene, I don't think it's a fun experience.
Look at the cinematography.
Yeah, look at the windows.
You see the picture. We get a piece of the environment. We get the dirty hole in the wall. We get the dirty rest of the wall. We get the fucking radiator. We get the electrical panel behind his head. We get the Coca-Cola can on the this is world building.
I was about to say,
this is world building.
It's like we would actually assume if this was a film, we'd be like, oh, look at what we're being told, while he would be like, what? What do you mean?
He's got a second chair in the room, as if there will ever be another person in there. I mean, there's so much to pull from this. I'm telling you, man. This guy. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him.
Alice just said that we need to get free to say for no reason.
The ending is more dragged out than Face Off, and even has 8 minutes of closing credits as if they had.
Really? We're complaining about credits now.
Credit. Even the credits are too long. Man, Peter Jackson was a dipshit.
Too many people worked on
He
this.
should have fired more people.
Yeah.
But then there would be a fired people section on the credits.
Long.
No, it's just weird directorial decisions.
Yeah, weird. What? I can't think of any reason why they would do this. It's so weird.
Yeah, there were no face close-ups in the book.
Yeah, how dare?
That would be funny. Asterisk, like, imagine the camera getting really close to this character's face as they say this.
in the book, their face fills the screen. You're like, what?
No, Tolkien wrote, "Reader, put your book to your face when you read it."
Every conversation ends with fade to black.
Fade to black.
Before and after it. And the weird that actors only get a few, so I think Peter Jackson secretly has an Ian McKellen fetish or something.
Ding, another.
Yeah.
What is this gay panic? Like, so weird.
Not to mention that, yeah.
Dude.
Not to mention that he is gay, so it's just like, are you trying to get at, mate?
Gay wizard.
Nothing wrong with a bit of schling schlong. Just test it out, I'd say. He doesn't need to be afraid.
In addition, these characters just burst into spouts of random laughter over nothing at all. What the hell?
Oh my god!
For no
This
reason!
is literally,
Can't help
this
himself,
is
can he?
literally the reuniting of two close friends.
For no reason!
They love each other for no reason.
He really can't help himself.
This guy has no self-awareness.
This is again set up.
How
If
can you
haven't seen
possibly
The Hobbit-
assess? This is
if
for
you
no
haven't
reason.
If you haven't seen The Hobbit, then you know in this one scene, these two are kindred spirits. That's all you need to know.
Correct me if
They
I'm
love each
wrong,
other.
but he asks who's there,
yeah.
and he says an old friend.
And he's
Yeah,
like,
well, yeah,
Gandalf,
well,
and then
you
they
get to-
embrace, and they're laughing, they're happy. Oh, it's
Yeah.
Gandalf, my friend!
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, because he goes, "How about an old friend?" And then he's like, "Oh, not one of those dickheads who wants money off me, or
Yeah.
my fucking Greveling."
Sackville Bagginses.
Cat,
I
can you
just
get an
can't.
exit
It's
out?
an adventure about jewelry.
Wow.
That's even
can't
worse
even-
than
I
what we
can't.
fucking said. It's
It's-
an adventure about jewelry.
Adventure
He
about
actually-
jewelry.
He actually ruined us on the oversimplification of the
Yeah,
plot.
because he beat me out. Didn't I say, like, they have to destroy a ring? He's
Yeah, destroy.
An adventure about jewelry. Yeah, because
Yeah.
at least yours is worse because you have like a goal in mind. This is just open to interpretation. It's just an adventure of like concerning jewelry in some way.
It's
Wow,
like
that
how
could be
you
anything.
it's like how you describe a Barbie straight to DVD movie. Like it's, about
It's an
jewelry.
adventure about jewelry.
Like,
Basically, as the oldest of four who have watched many Barbie movies that were released straight to DVD, they are basically adventures about jewelry.
Lord of the Rings is a movie about jewelry intended for children, I guess. My God.
Jewelry intended for hobbits.
What, like, do we even have to just pick a movie? We can do this to it. It's not hard.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that seriously.
I don't care if you take it seriously. It's
like
the
there's
Space Wizards thing.
literally people killing each other with swords and shields. No bother. Doesn't bother me.
Harry Potter has people with little sticks waving them at each other and saying words to make magical things happen.
Expecto Patronum.
How utterly ridiculous. I can't possibly take that seriously. At
At
least jewelry is cool compared to little sticks. Like, who the fuck cares about sticks? Stupid. I hate it. It's the worst.
You're a hobbit, Frodo.
I think the film's problem is this. I love the Harry Potter universe because we're pretty.
No.
Harry Potter universe is fucking lame.
Harry Potter and the Chamber.
I don't care to comment on Harry Potter. I just don't. I'd have to
about
rewatch
you
the
find out
films,
you would
but
Gryffindor?
I-
Chamber.
He just unironically structured the sentence. So here's the problem with Lord of the Rings. So I love Harry Potter.
Did he actually? Let me roll it back.
Yes.
Right. I think the film's problem is this. I love the Harry Potter universe because we're pretty much lumped in at the very start of the saga with the...
Yeah, you're right. Just wanted to clarify.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I would have gathered he was born by him just like being a character. I would have guessed that he at one point had been born before that.
By simple virtue of existing.
Yeah,
Wait.
I would have assumed.
Wait,
not-
is this argument Lord of the Rings sucks because it's not Harry Potter?
Well,
Is
so-
that
Yes,
Look,
exactly.
look, best faith's
exactly.
interpretation. He's going to establish something Harry Potter does, and it's something Lord of the Rings does not do, and it's something that all things should do. Is probably what he's going to be trying to do here.
For now,
his birth, and we have 8 films to see the Harry Potter mythos expand and grow. Here, everything's already been developed, so we're thrown in halfway through.
What do you can make that exact same argument in reverse. The Harry Potter universe has already been developed. Wizards and castles that house them and teaching them, it's all been done already. We're just jumping in now. You know, we don't typically start our stories with the Big Bang, or the equivalent of. That's not really how anyone does anything. This is the most important journey for Frodo Baggins. To have watched Frodo Baggins from birth to now would have been probably not as interesting. Gonna put it out there.
Which is why I didn't just make The Hobbit first. But all of these backstories could have been made interesting. More interesting than the books, at least. However, in J.K. Rowling's universe, Potter's adventure meant something.
Oh my god.
These fucking Potter
What?
fanboys. I
I'm
fucking
done.
hate Harry Potter.
I'm
What?
done with the
How
Potter
is
and the
this
nostalgia correct
more
references.
meaningful?
Well, he said so.
smaller. We're just at
How is
26 minutes smaller.
I'm done with the references.
Like-
Put them away.
Like Tolkien based his story on like deep ancient mythos and stuff, like that connects humanity to the past. But Harry Potter means something.
If it, like, of all the things you could say as comparison, well, you know, Harry Potter means something. You're like, that really? That's it? You just okay.
That was like, it's a hard thing to say out loud. I can say that much.
This one quickly throws Frodo and his mates in like, oh well, your uncle buggered off. Sorry mate, here's a ring, off you go. It all...
So now it's too quick? I thought it was too long.
Yeah, now it's...
Around for no reason.
No reason.
Guys, is he not a troll at this point? Like, is he
Feels a little
not
trolly, yeah.
thinking- Yeah, like it. His arguments
think
don't
he's
make sense.
No, I think he's just really poorly expressing his inner thoughts.
That could also be it. I agree.
Which comes across as trolly.
Sean
It's
Astin
not
is
Harry.
okay.
Frodo
That's a
is
very-
bad because he's not Harry Potter. Like, shut up.
Harry Potter.
Potter.
Harold Potter. Best movie ever.
Very punchable face, and his character is so annoying but gets worse in the films to come.
Whoa.
Oh no, he did not.
Let's just we're gonna roll that back there.
Elijah Wood's acting is terrible, but he's the only one other than his uncle Dildo. Sean Astin is okay, but has a very punchable face, and his character is so
What?
annoying but gets worse in the films to come.
Oh.
What?
I-
His
I
character?
guarantee-
Oh, fuck off. Actually, fuck off.
I guarantee you, he gets more annoying because he gets more gay. I think that's what his argument is going to be. Because
Yeah,
he has had a
agree.
huge
Dude.
problem with it so far.
I can bet 50 on that one.
That might be his hottest of takes. He's just said Sam gets progressively more annoying and has a punchable face. It's like, wow.
Yes. Yes, we've already established that we don't like him because he's too gay. It's like, and he only gets worse. So I'm not really enjoying where this is going.
Fucking hell.
Mr. Frodo! I need my dick sucked!
Oh my god, you were right.
Please
He gets,
never
he's just
invite
too
me to one of
gay.
these again. Please
look,
never.
the next
invite me
person
to
we
another
cover, I'm
one.
sure it won't be it won't be bad because gay, okay? I'm sitting with it.
Literally seconds later. Literally seconds later.
I hate this that I literally predicted it the second before it happened.
He's bad because gay. It's such a bizarre fucking criticism.
I can't stand this shit.
Frodo! Where are you? I need to sit on your penis? Come.
What?
Oh no! It's so much worse.
Just stop it. Just say anything else.
What's it on his penis?
Oh, guys, is
I would.
bad.
guys, is it gay to have friends?
It's gay
Yes.
to have friends.
Having friends is gay. That's why I had to pay these people to be in the skits in my movie.
Oh my god.
I paid the first one off with drugs. I paid the second one off with just more food.
Come on, are you telling me that like Frodo's obsessive stalker?
No, he's a good friend. What the
He's
fuck?
he cares about him. He
no.
wants to save the
He
world.
died to be with Frodo and protect
Oh
him
my
on
God.
his journey.
Do you
Like,
know what a stalker is?
I'm so spent to have to fucking just fucking defend Sam. This is like
Has this guy never had friends? Like, I'm gonna hashtag vlog a bit. Like, when I first got my heart stomped on by a girl, my friends came to my rescue. Like, is this concept foreign to this guy? Like,
You mean
helping
your
friend
stalkers
out?
came to your rescue?
Oh, fucking
Yeah.
hell.
For
Like,
no
So when-
reason.
So when you became an incel, your friends came over.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then you did the
He
game.
convinced me that gay is the way.
Yeah. He told me, like, hey, Weekend, you know what a bottom is? Yeah, like, that was the concept.
Dude, it's funny that you're just like, oh, you guys are like coming up to the 5-hour mark. It's like, guess what argument you gotta defend next? Sam is a worthless character. You're like, oh.
yeah. Honestly though, it's just this is the mischaracterization of just like pretty much everyone. Like
He didn't fucking listen to anything that happened in this movie. He has no idea. Everybody is a nothing character to him. He thinks they're all just people who have stuff.
I made a promise, Mr. Frodo. A promise. Don't you leave him, Samwise Gamgee.
Wow, clearly gay, I guess.
Yeah, very gay.
Oh, come on. How can people deny this? Like Doug
Deny
Walker
what?
said.
If Sam and Frodo were actually gay in the
are you
story,
still going for
Jesus Christ. If Doug Walker said it, then... I mean, he's practically your god.
I can't breathe.
I wouldn't care. Hell, it'd be cool.
Doug
Maybe they'd be the
Walker.
first gay characters. in
Why
history.
do they have to be gay to be friends? What is wrong with you people?
No, they have to be gay. You can't just have people be friends. There has to be some sexual component to it, especially if it's LGBT. Gotta have it.
I know. I'm sorry, but all you weirdos who ship every fucking character's friendship in every fucking franchise, fuck off. Just leave.
They're friends, okay? They're good friends. Let's just... Yeah, okay, good.
First fantasy film with an openly gay couple? That'd be great, but Peter Jackson claims it was all unintentional. How was any of this written, acted, shot and edited without anyone realizing the gay overtones?
Because... What do you
Because
mean?
that's not the point. That's not the point.
You highlight
they
stuff
didn't
like, I don't
notice
want to
something's
leave
not
you.
there.
I'm here to help you. And it's like, wow, that's gay. It's like, that's... You're... What? You can't... It's like, clearly gay overtones. It's like, what do you mean?
You're gay.
I'm glad
Gay
you're
joke.
with me.
Gonna be gay.
And it would only get worse.
Worse. That's the word he chose. Not, it
Worse.
becomes more overt. It only gets worse.
Yeah.
Gimli is the Jar Jar Binks of the trilogy, unintentionally annoying as all hell, but gets worse in the films to come.
Gimli is Jar Jar Binks.
He's the annoying one.
What was his bone about Gimli being annoying? He never showed
I
any-
don't know.
He's the annoying one.
Everyone knows Gimli's the annoying one.
Because he smelled the poopy.
Asked for my opinion, which I note they're not, I'd say we were taking the long way round.
Nobody wants your opinion. Piss off.
Nobody wants yours.
Oh,
Sorry, I just
Looks like the third table.
The table has been turned, Earth.
There's even an emotional death scene, but how can anybody be emotionally invested without fuckwad blubbering in the background?
Oh, shut up!
What?
His cousin Balin, the cousin that he is hyped up about, he can't wait to meet, and how that he'll give us a warm welcome, as in, we will be greeted like family because, well, he is anyway. Obviously, by extension, the Fellowship will be greeted because, well, he's blubbering again.
The crown jewel of the dwarf kingdom has been destroyed and ransacked, and his well-known, respected friends
He's saying
are dead.
that he's saying that I can't feel sad during the sad scene because the annoying character is also sad.
Again, another character showing
annoying character is
emotion.
sad.
You know,
Like, what
Guys.
emotion is he supposed to feel?
Yeah.
Guys, crying is gay.
It's like no, but it's not just that. It's not just that. It's Arwen was crying about Frodo, but she didn't know him. And now Gimli is crying over his cousin. Oh, but he's blubbering. Oh, pick up your fucking, make your fucking mind up. Not pick your mind up. Oh,
it's as I feared.
Shut the fuck up, Gimli!
The same for you, bitch.
It's not.
Same.
It's not like his entire like
world
species
has
was
come
fucking
apart.
slaughtered.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool.
How dare
Like,
Gimli feel
What-
something?
like,
Who do you
Just
think
fucking
this is
suck
going
it
to
up,
appeal
Buttercup.
to? Like, why would you do this? Why would you be like, Ghibli's annoying? Why? Because he offers that they should go through Moria instead of Kahadras. You're like, okay, that doesn't really have a through line at all. And he's like, also he cries when his whole family have been killed. Okay, not following.
How dare he cry? Like,
What a nerd.
All this, even when they fake out his death for the millionth time, Sam sounds disappointed.
He's alive.
Damn it, where's my point?
That was disappointment.
relief.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we watching the same movie? Like,
He's seen something else.
Well,
Like,
apparently nobody acts well in this film, so.
like I think he is trolling. Like, you can't say that. Oh, he sounds disappointed. What the fuck?
Well, I think if you like hate something, you're not going to be registering like what's happening as is. Instead, you'll have a spin in your head, sort of thing.
Like a filter.
Yeah.
It's possible. Yeah.
Games are
Like, he's
amazing, but that's all I can really stomach from this one.
Wish none of this had happened.
So do we, Frodo. So do we.
What do you mean we? Get me out of there. Jeez.
What do you mean we?
You're in a very small minority.
He knows this too. The intro
like an
was all about
army
how
of-
he's in a minority about this.
I'm sure if Doug Walker watched this, he'd be appalled at how he was using his arguments.
Doug,
There we
that's
go.
what you said.
One film
in the
down.
video.
There we go,
That's
guys.
not related to Lord of the Rings.
That was Fellowship for the Ring. We did it.
One film down. Here we go.
If you're still with me this far, it's now time to give my thoughts on the Two Towers.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Never stop.
Wait, so he's gonna
No,
shit on the
technic-
Two Towers with bad audio in the middle of the
Oh,
Yeah,
forest?
no.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
his chain is rubbing up against the lapel mic, so this is gonna
Oh,
We're all very sad about this.
Speak quickly.
But if you think that's bad, Treebeard took some time between 28 and 48 hours per frame to render. And it wasn't even worth it for that one. I mean, Gollum
Oh.
looks incredible, and I doubt anyone could ever dispute that.
only
but
like
Treebeard...
only like one of the most interesting characters in lore ever. But yeah, that wasn't worth it.
Also, Treebeard looks pretty damn good. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
But
It's
all
like the
right.
king of the fucking trees. So fuck it, I guess.
There's a lot of shots where he looks so fake, it's embarrassing.
He's a living tree. It's gonna be hard not to look, not real.
Again, beginning with the positives. The scenes with Gollum I was actually really invested in. So we have one half of the story being Sam and Frodo being led to Mordor by Gollum, despite Sam not wanting to share his hot piece of arse Elijah Wood with anybody else. And
All right.
Okay.
during their journey, Gollum grows to love Frodo, just as a friend.
You don't understand.
But then Gollum feels betrayed by him, so at the end he reverts back to being a manipulative little fuckhead and wants to screw them over. While that story is going on, you get the other boring characters walking around and...
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Just take it. Just.
A much less interesting story in my mind. I'll get onto that
Be
in a bit.
strong.
But the stuff with Sam, Frodo and Gollum I really enjoyed. I was actually more annoyed when it
That-
came back to the other characters because of how
The
much I was
Rohan
enjoying
part
this
is
part.
boring? What the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
If he describes Helm's Deep as boring, we're gonna have to end this stream, okay?
Like that's
No,
the
like-
Rohan. The Rohan part is one of the most interesting parts of the whole series for me.
It's fucking great.
The scenery still looks amazing, but it's starting to get old. It's like this has now just become a
Come
9-hour...
on, man.
What?
It's
It's
getting
getting old?
Well, going back to
What?
Isengard.
Rohan does not
old
look
now.
like Rivendell, does not look like the Shire, does not look like Lothlorien, does not look like Moria.
Almost every landscape too is different from the
Yeah.
first movie.
They're doing that on purpose. It's to make the
You'll
world
bitch-
feel
You'll
enormous.
bitch and moan about the landscape shots and how they are just fucking, just sucking New Zealand's dick, but then now it's getting boring and
It's probably gay. The land is
probably
gay.
gay.
Commercial for New Zealand holidays. We get it. You have a helicopter.
Yeah, this is how you advertise
This
New
is-
Zealand holidays. You show a mine
Yeah.
getting
This is-
flooded.
What the fuck?
Pretty sure that's CGI. Isn't that CGI?
Yeah.
Like, this
Well,
part?
there's a good deal of
models and
CGI
everything.
going on here, and the miniature elements.
It's
I
a
mean-
whole combo of movie magic, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
they
the
didn't,
wrong.
like,
The
Yeah.
helicopter is like the least important part of this
Yeah.
fucking picture right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure from this,
exactly.
it'd just be like on a table, and they
Yeah.
would just have a camera. Well, yeah, like a little bloke just standing with a camera. That's all they needed, but it's not always helicopters.
This further proves to be a problem though. When we're supposed to be mourning the death of another secondary character, we just don't give a shit because we spent so little time with them anyway.
No, you get all of the information you need to understand why this is meaningful. Theoden's been poisoned for a significant portion of time. At this, and it's cost him his line. His only son is now dead.
Yeah,
He's
and
been
he-
out of the
and he
fucking
says,
works.
Yeah, and he says no father should bury their children. I think
Yeah.
that could be that's quite understandable, even if you're not a father. Even if you don't have
Very
kids, you can
effective,
understand-
and
you can understand why that is heartbreaking. But
just in Lord of the Rings' style, every time we get a new character, we immediately get their foundation. Theoden's is he feels
Right.
inadequate compared to his forebears.
Yeah.
Right. It's again, this is character establishment and not a moment when you're supposed
Yeah, he thinks this is the
necessarily-
payoff. Like this is
Yeah,
it. This is
this is
what
not-
we.
You're
Yeah.
you're not expected to feel this. Just you're supposed to understand that this is his mindset.
Yeah. And it all comes to fruition in the third film. On his
Exactly.
dying breath, he's going to meet his fathers without shame.
In fact, the film is so memorable, and for the record, yes, I watched them alone with my full attention and I still couldn't recall much the next day. I had to look up who died, considering there was so...
Oh my god.
Well,
I had to look up who died.
I didn't watch the. I really don't think he watched the film. I really
Yeah,
don't.
I've
proof in the
never
books.
I have never heard that criticism of a movie before.
I had to look up who
I
died.
had to look up who died.
God damn.
I really
Such a
don't
vital
think-
part of the story, they weren't mentioned in the Wikipedia plot entry and I had to go to Google. Yet in the movie, it's treated like this huge dramatic plot
Just
point we're supposed
make
to feel.
notes while you're watching the movie. Write the characters' names down.
It's ought to be like, dude. So memory is a thing, okay? Like,
Bring a notepad.
And remember, scene like when he comes back to his senses, he's asking for his son. Like you could put those sequence of scenes together, right? Like I don't think you watched the movie. Like I really don't
Pretty sure.
think. Like
Pretty sure
like
you didn't read the book.
yeah, like where's my son? Like he says that, right? He looks for his son.
I mean,
like
it's very focused on it. It's very clear. I don't understand how he missed who it is that died. Is he just talking specifically about his name? It's Theodred, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't need to know his name. It's not
Yeah,
important.
you just need to know that
Who
Theoden
he
is
is.
upset about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you
Yeah,
have some and I think it's the acting of Theoden's actor is so good. Like I felt something when he cried. And I watched it so many times it still gets me, you know.
I felt nothing.
I felt nothing for no reason.
No
Theodred, it's not
fucking
a
reason.
Wikipedia. No fucking reason.
Cheers in a graveyard.
The battle scene, yes, again, it's amazing and tops the first one. The effects and sheer choreography that went behind it, the cinematography, it's astounding, but it means nothing because I feel nothing for these characters.
It means nothing because I feel nothing.
And the battle scene, as cool as it looks, it also outstays its welcome and ends up dragging so much.
No. It
Yeah,
was
there you go.
actually of all the fights, I think that it was the one that was the most perfectly paced and
Yeah.
could not possibly have been shorter.
I
Could
honestly
not
think I
possibly
could have
have
gone for
been
it being longer. I'll be honest with you. I
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
love
it
Helm's Deep.
could
Not
not.
just that,
It
not
could
just
not
that.
possibly have been shorter.
Not
There's
just
not.
that. Oh, go on, dude.
No, go ahead. I'm just repeating the same three
Ah.
words over and over again.
I was going to say, do you remember how much there's so much hype? Well, I don't want to call it's not hype, but there's so much dread and ominous about the battle, and how Legolas and Aragorn have that little spat, and how like nobody's going to live through the night, and then Gandalf says, at the break of dawn, look to the east, because kind of like a fucking guardian angel that he fucking is, he comes down and he brings the light, and he banishes the darkness or the evil. And yeah, it takes the whole fucking night, because guess what? It's a fucking siege. It doesn't fucking just go over in 1 minute. It's not pew 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 done.
If anything in real life, the siege would have lasted weeks. Like the Uruk-hai army would not have moved in on the wall like as their first move, but like
they could have starved them out. Yeah.
Yeah, so the fact that this fight is only like in like 20 minutes of the runtime or whatever, like that's not really like significant that long for this kind of a battle.
Also the stakes altering throughout the fight. Helm's Deep and Pelennor Fields, they both do it, where it's like we're winning. I think oh god, we're losing really. Oh no, yeah. we're coming back. Ooh, down we go again, and then both of them end with a oh thank fuck we did it.
Yeah, and I mean that is sort of what makes it like Empire, is that they do lose this fight, but that they get out alive, and that's
there's just so much build up towards this, and again, like you could say that they could they could have like laid siege for weeks on end and just starve them out, but again, what did Aragorn say? They are here to erase the world of men. They're not. I don't think Uruk-hai are patient. I'm just gonna say,
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, it is fantasy. Like,
I know. Yeah.
Every entry into this saga needs to be 3 hours, Jackson. It really doesn't. The character of Wormtongue I actually thought was awesome. He looked great and had a really ominous on-screen presence.
Again, it's about like so superficial shit. Like, it looks cool. Like, please do more than this. I beg you. Please tell me about Grima's character, please.
Felt could have easily made him the main antagonist, but as explained previously, all of the interesting characters
could have easily have made him the main antagonist.
What?
What is he? What does that mean? They could not have easily have made him the main antagonist.
He's Sauron now. It's like,
you want to literally rewrite the story because you like this character so much?
And also, yeah. I was gonna say Brad Dourif. Yeah, he is the ultimate slimy character. Brilliant.
Yeah, he's perfectly cast.
There's fucking more to it than just him having fucking greasy hair, you muppet.
Well, yeah, you could easily make him a main antagonist of a film, and that would work. If that's what he's saying, then I guess I agree with that.
Well, let's roll him back. We're gonna roll him back.
So much. Not every entry into this saga needs to be 3 hours, Jackson. It really doesn't. The character of Wormtongue I actually thought was awesome. He looked great and had a really ominous on-screen presence that I felt could have easily made him the main antagonist, but as explained previously, all of the interesting characters are given side roles and just disappear into the abyss.
Yeah, he is literally arguing that they should have rewritten the story.
Did you catch? He said all of the interesting characters like don't get characters. And it's just like, dude, I don't even know how you function anymore. Like, your determining factor for good character is cool looking. How is like, Grima Wormtongue cool looking?
It is 100% aesthetic, yes.
No! Orlando Bloom's character really goes overboard with being a fucking god here. He really has no characterizations other than being perfect at everything. And the amazing thing is, it gets worse in the next film. Why is there even a struggle? Just give him the ring. He'll destroy everyone with a...
Did he miss the scene where Legolas shares that he thinks this is a, like, no-hope situation?
Like, yes, Legolas personally comes through this unscathed, but the point of this battle is not for Legolas to survive it. Like, they still fail to keep the keep. Like, they lose it.
And Legolas, out of the three of them, is like the in tune with Middle Earth character. He's much more the attributes of Legolas are supposed to be representative of, I imagine, of elves as a whole. Like, he's always got something partially mystical to comment on in the situation. He's definitely a fighter for good. His relationship with Gimli gets significantly developed in this one. But I mean, the 3-film structure is establish relationship, develop relationship, and then pay it off with that one wonderful moment in Return of the King. All a nice through line. He and Aragorn have, like, this is what I mean, like the three of them together. I wouldn't argue that they're particularly complex and well traveled. It's all very understandable and straightforward and endearing. I just don't like being like, oh, it's just nothing. He's just godlike person. I'd be like,
Yeah, not just that. Like Legolas has like fucking thousands of years of experience ahead of all of them. Like in combat, he like.
Yeah, someone just said in chat, Legolas is a 3,000-year-old warrior elf. He has to be OP in battle, otherwise it wouldn't make fucking sense.
Oh yeah.
How much bias to these movies? Like, everyone makes fun of... But yet they're okay with this?
Why do you think they're the same? That's real!
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
That actually happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more trivia. Yeah, if you go more to some broke his toe kicking that for real, because he thought it was a prop, but it was actually a real. Well, it was made of steel or iron or whatever. He actually fucking broke his foot. That is the genuine reaction.
But let's pretend that's not true. Let's pretend for a second that isn't, you know, and that it wasn't a real reaction. How is what Viggo Mortensen does there the same as no?
Yeah,
it's not.
It's not.
After spending most of the film trying to fucking rescue Merry and Pippin from certain death, they believe they find her on a pile of scorched bodies of orcs, and it's like,
as Gimli says, we failed them.
Yeah, it is. Again, well, we know that it's not true, but we know, but we can see through the characters. Believe it or not, there are actual characters in this film.
I want to highlight.
It is.
Chat is very frustrated, as are we. And this Liam Kennedy just posted kill. That's all it says. It's just kill.
Kill.
It's okay, chat. Chill out. But yeah, he's so very, very, very wrong.
I think the problem with the films is it's cool that so many people love them. It really is, and I truly wish I could enjoy them, but I find them all completely forgetable. All these stupid names, it's impossible to remember, and
there's too many stupid names.
No. Don't for a second pick on names in fucking Lord of the Rings when you fucking suck the dick of Harry Potter. Don't.
Like, did I even watch the movie? It's that forgettable to me. I'm obviously not the only one. The movie.
Why would I care that the guy who says he can't even remember like plot points, can't remember character names? I'd be like, well, that makes sense. Of course you don't remember anything. You don't remember anything. So
and he didn't read the books.
It's hard to believe he read all of the books and watched the films.
There's no fucking way he has the attention span to get through the books. It's fucking
You should watch the movie.
He literally opens up by showing us Gandalf's death again, assuming the audience didn't give a shit to remember.
No, this is different. What? It's different.
It's Gandalf's POV. That's the point.
It's different. We only see the first time like him fall, but we see what happens after the fucking fall.
No, Greg, it's the same. Because he said so.
Why?
It's not like the Battle of Hogwarts.
It's not, you know, heterosexual like the Battle of Hogwarts.
Speaking of which, yeah, Gandalf's back. So, what was that on his trailers?
A film with such fake emotional stakes, Gandalf will sacrifice himself for his friends, only to somehow come back to life, making it not really a sacrifice.
Yeah, fuck you, Gandalf!
He's not the same entity when he returns. He makes that very clear, as well as that his time is to be spent to finish his job, which is to essentially act in favor of the light on Middle-earth. It is, I'll completely agree, it's very carefully thin. They're trying to avoid addressing that there's a higher power and where exactly wizards get their power from, I would say. But there's enough to understand the events.
Also, Screen Junkies, how embarrassing.
I mean, he's Screen Junkies, Nostalgia Critic, and, I don't know, non-gay media. That's his consumption.
We also see Gandalf actually falling, or flying, or whatever, down the...
I thought we only saw a repeat. I'm confused. What's happening? Oh my god.
Cliff, and we see what happened with some of the worst CGI known to mankind, and I feel like it takes away the...
How are you?
You need to be more specific, because it looks fucking fantastic, and they're carefully shot to not, like, focus in on what the films come across as they know their strengths, and they were fully aware that CGI ages. That seems to be the case when you watch them. Careful with a lot of their CGI creatures.
And in fact, you know, if you want to talk about like the Hobbit, that's the failing of the Hobbit so much is that it overuses the CGI versus using, again, what he even pointed out himself, that like the amazing set designs and the craftsmanship from Weta Workshops. You know, they built so much of, you know, they didn't literally build like, you know, Osgiliath or fucking, you know, Minas Tirith or anything, but they did build sections of it for the actual stage, or you know, for the sound stage when they're filming on it. They knew their strengths, and they were like, all right, well, we can't build a literal Balrog, so we'll fucking CGI it.
And I understand being hyperbolic, but worst CGI of all time.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When he goes back to, I wanted to like him, and then he says stuff like that, you just like, you know, it sounds like he wanted to dislike it as much as possible for your video.
Mystery of what happened to him.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't think he should have ever came back at all, but if he had to, surely him just showing up later would have been a much more surprising twist. Oh, it was just a dream? Not
what? What do you wait?
No.
Wait, it was just a dream.
Wait, to reorder this, right? So what he just said was, wouldn't it have been better if Gandalf had just appeared in Fangorn instead of showing us this, because now we know? It's like, what do you mean? We don't know that he survived falling in free fall for what seemed like miles with a giant mythical dragon beast. Like, what do you...
No, all we learn is that he defeated it. That's all we learn.
We don't even... Do we even get that? Because this is before we find that out.
Oh,
I'm
wait,
pretty sure
he does explain that to the...
No. So in Frodo's, you know, flash, whatever Frodo's experiencing there, we can assume it's his imagination of what may have happened when, you know... So he's saying that because they showed us this first half, it ruins Gandalf showing up in Fangorn, because it's like, oh yeah, we knew he'd do that, I guess. It's like, what are you talking about? The whole point of the Fangorn scene is to make us think it's Saruman. So, comments?
I hate it.
I hate it. The worst thing
Yeah,
ever.
I'm gonna go for a pee.
That's what they used to call me.
And now I have to address again the relationship between Sam and Frodo.
Oh no.
I'm sorry,
Oh my God, guys,
but I
it's
have
okay to have guy friends. I'm just gonna
Yeah, hopefully we'll
say
be
it.
able to mostly just let this play out.
Again, we all reiterate that we do not agree with this criticism that these characters are too gay.
Like, okay,
Nor would that be a problem
Yeah,
if
exactly.
they were.
That's what I mean.
Like, who
The assumption in this statement is like, we don't agree with the criticism that they're gay. It's like, wait, criticism?
No, the criticism that this is like a problem.
Yeah.
For the film, it isn't. This is not a problem for the film in any way.
Like, okay, let's say they're gay. So what? Like, it's like he's presenting it like it's a bad thing. Also, like what he said. It's like it's.
Again, an openly gay couple would have been awesome, but the fact that they deny it, it's cringy to watch some of this stuff. I mean, just look at their very first scene together.
What is it, Mr. Furrow?
Come on!
Oh, fellas, is it gay to touch a shoulder?
If you put your hand on another man's shoulder, gay.
Fellas, it's gay to sleep with clothes on with your buddy. Fellas, it's like what the fuck?
You gotta be careful around this guy. You can be like, hey man, and you like shake his hand, and he's like, oh. You're like, what? What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Just the way they look at each other, the way they say each line, you can't dispute this.
Nothing ever
I
dampens
just
your
disputed
spirits,
it.
does it, Sam?
Nothing ever dampens your spirits. Clearly gay.
Oh no! Did I just come back to another gay reference?
Yep, too
Clearly,
gay.
Frodo wants to suck Sam's dick. Clearly.
This is
Clearly.
the part where he really complains about the gays.
This is too much of the gay. Come on now.
And the worst is right at the end.
Frodo wouldn't have got far without Sam. I was being serious. So was I.
I feel really uncomfortable right now.
What?
That's because you have an issue with perceived gay. I don't know what it is.
Perceived gay? Guys, is it gay to travel with your friend to the ends of the earth?
Can we just... Sam has saved Frodo's life several times at this point, and he's stood up for him, and he's supported him, and Frodo went to stab him relatively recently, so Frodo's like, hey, you're kind of like the reason that we're here.
Honestly, an experience like that would make us all a little gay.
Yeah, definitely.
And I really want to drill this home, right? So he's presenting us. He keeps beginning these segments with being openly gay would be awesome, and then he proceeds to say, "Ew, look at these gay references." It's like, what? I'm confused. What are you trying to tell me? Like, is he actually advocating that we are told these characters are straight, and yet they have many moments in which you could interpret gay? This is bad because it's inconsistent with their sexuality or something like that.
I think he only said like it would be great if there actually was a gay couple in there, because literally that is exactly what Doug Walker said. But I don't think he understands why Doug Walker said that, because he then follows it up by saying it's cringe. Look at how cringe it is.
It's really weird.
Yeah, he just copies Doug Walker without understanding why Doug Walker said it. It's consistent. Like, that's the pattern. Like his head, male pattern baldness.
I'll give the Two Towers this much. Sam does get more of an actual underlying character and isn't just a sidekick anymore, but good God is he annoying! The one time he gets a character and he does nothing but whine and
The one time he gets a character.
What?
What are you talking
about?
What?
He wasn't whining. He was distrustful of the creature that was stalking them. What the fuck?
I want to remind this man. Right? Do you know what the first interaction they had with Gollum was? Gollum trying to steal the ring / kill them.
Yeah, like the point of the second film is internal conflict among, different tribes of men, among the Fellowship, among Sam and Frodo, and like everybody's at conflict with each other. Like, yeah, he's gonna get a little whiny,
I don't even. But what is he referencing specifically? I'd like to know what is whiny about whatever Sam says. Because if you're one of the people who is like, no, Gollum's good, man. He's good. Sam, stop being a dick to him. It's like maybe I can sort of see that, but annoying.
Well, also in the context of the film, like the audience is on Sam's side in this. Like Frodo is being too flippant with trusting Gollum, and Sam is being smart to distrust him, because even though it's not Frodo's fault or Sam's fault that Smeagol ends up like turning on them, Sam was right in the end to distrust him.
He's led us into a swamp. There are dead things. Dead faces in the water.
Is that not worth fucking pointing out? There are corpses in this swamp that we're traveling through.
I was about to say, shut up. Dude, there's dead bodies in the water.
Play it.
There's dead bodies in the water. Shut up.
Oh, that's actually one little thing that I do chuckle at is that Sam says that he's led us into a swamp, like when he's like halfway in the swamp. It's just kind of like,
that's something that we've pointed out before. It's funny.
It's like Sam, why do you have such grievances now? He's like, yeah, you've been in a swamp for what looks to be like fucking miles. But yeah, no.
Shut the fuck up, you pansy!
Oh my god.
You pansy! It's only
a
million
I'll have
dead
no
bodies.
one to lick my butthole later.
I guarantee you this man has never seen a dead body in his life. You are not a pansy for being scared of dead bodies.
No, it's not even like a dead body like in a funeral. It's like a dead body dumped in a swamp. Like, it's not, it's like so... You won't be shocked? Mr. Badass over here? We got a badass over here. Oh, it's just a dead body, bro.
But then he also plays a clip.
What are you, gay? Come on.
See, we make this joke, right? And it's like, oh, you're being hyperbolic parody. It's like, okay, no, so what you just saw, and I'm going to rewind it to show you. We're on the topic of Sam being annoying. Frodo is slowly about to fall into a swamp filled with corpses for reasons. And Sam says, Frodo! And then this guy's commentary is, oh, gay. Just watch it happen.
Frodo!
No! I'll have no one to lick my butthole later.
No!
Gay.
I hate this guy. I hate this guy.
Just
come
gay.
on.
You're like, okay, gay, I guess.
God, I'm so uncomfortable.
Oh, sorry, I forgot he doesn't like pussy. The others just come across as boring.
Not a gay joke.
Why does he have to keep like every chance he gets? He throws in a gay joke.
Are there really shit gay jokes?
Yeah, I think the dissonance is like very apparent, like what Mahler pointed out. Like, it's okay to be gay, but he's like passively aggressively shitting on being gay. Like, it's time to stop.
To piggyback on what Scorn in chat said, I think at one point Theoden puts his hand on Aragorn's shoulder? Were they gay?
Yeah, bro.
Think
Don't
they
you
were
know?
gay, yeah. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been fine if they'd made them overtly gay in the film, but doing that? Ugh. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to my review. It was extensive, I know.
And once
tells them
again,
apart by
Frodo
the
has
voice,
nothing.
you
He has all of these
puppet.
tremendous scenes.
Frodo has nothing. Dude,
Oh, shut up!
the whole movie is Frodo losing his shit. He's slowly getting
Yeah,
more and more and more dragged down.
Yeah, and like how Frodo and Smeagol Golem kind of mirror each other with the blue eyes. I think that wasn't by accident. I think that was a decision by the director. You. Oh God, I want.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
he learns Smeagol's history, which is easily going to become his own history. It's fucking, like, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, it's
like
like
his eyes are the only thing left of him that are even
yeah,
Hobbit. So that's sort of the point.
yeah. That's the
point.
highlight. Yeah, exactly.
It grounds you and it shows you that there is a connection between these three characters.
But Greg, he said it's nothing, so it has
Nothing
to be
really
nothing.
happens for Frodo in this movie, okay.
Oh, okay.
With Sam and still has zero personality. We see Smeagol and Sean Astin grow as people and characters, but Frodo remains at the start line as a blank plank of wood.
What do you mean? It's just wrong.
The padding in the filler
you
is
could
still a
say-
massive
You could
problem.
say
This one-
that, like, okay, I'm not saying that he's right. You could make a statement that is Frodo has no character, and you could say that at this story point, he could have done this, but he didn't show anything. Like, but he doesn't even do that.
Oh, do you mean like substantiate a claim? I agree.
Oh, I mean, I keep saying that, Baller, but it's really frustrating. Like, it's like, oh my god. But,
Please
Baller, this is the
substantiate.
first time in EFAP, I'm actually like kind of mad.
That's the third time you said this. I can tell you're very angry. The fact you have to repeat it.
It's the only thing that's keeping me awake at this point. My frustration,
Blood boiling.
my rage, fell deep awake. Like, not for wrath or ruin, like, and for the world. And like, no, let's look at this notes. Like,
Yeah, let's have a
what-
look through. Let's go from the top, I guess. He's just got a quote.
Fucking intense Frodo close up. We can see his nose hairs. Fuck off.
So you got, these are no soldiers. Again, hyping up the big climax, all getting ready, an hour left of the film. They're just talking and not building suspense. Not talking about anything of worth, even though he's highlighted that we're establishing our team don't have soldiers in them, just farmers. How is that not establishing suspense that we're gonna get fucking blitzed by Uruk-hai? But okay.
And
The fact
also,
is-
isn't this around the time where Aragorn decides that if he dies, it's fine because he dies with his people? Like,
And I shall die as one of them.
I should die as one of them. That's fucking
Yeah.
nothing, guys. That's a nothing burger.
Well, it's in reaction to Legolas telling the audience, yeah, we're gonna lose. It's like, no suspense, boo. This is a good sword. Wait, what? That's as bad as I don't like sand.
No, it's.
So that's when Aragorn is holding and swings around the kid's sword that he's talking to, and he says, this is a good sword. That's apparently just like, I don't like sand.
Frank, bro, what the fuck?
It's nothing like that.
I don't. Why does he keep doing this? I don't understand. You need to connect them. You can't just say it. You need to explain yourself. Dude, I
'Cause it's
found
funny.
the ultimate burn.
Yeah. Oh god.
The ultimate. So you got quote. It's like great stories, Mr. Frodo, the ones that really matter. End quote. You mean not like this one? Fuck. Oh. Lord of the Rings will never
Jackson's
recover.
Oh no, Peter Jackson is like drying himself with his $100 bills. Oh no, he shadowed my story. Oh, he's crying tears. Oh, he's trying.
I wonder if people ever asked to hear about our story. Unfortunately, yes, they will. Damn, dude, just rolling out these burns.
Like rapid fire wit
Yep.
from the man himself. Like, yeah, because
What? It's immortality, right? It lets you live forever, hence Gollum. But it also sends you insane. What? Who would want that?
That's what?
Also, it doesn't give you. Well, it didn't give Gollum immortality. It gave him just a unnaturally long lifespan.
That's what they say is unnaturally like extends his life. I don't know that it gives you immortality.
Well, it's the same as Bilbo. He is
Yeah.
the oldest Hobbit.
And then
yeah.
when he got the ring out, he aged immediately. Like,
Yeah.
Because guys,
Well, he ages from when he left Bag End
Yeah.
to Rivendell. He's already aged significantly.
Yeah, and then by the end of the last, the last couple of scenes, yeah, he's
But
he's
I like
literally
he
fucking
just
too old
said
to move.
yeah, the ring makes you immortal, but it also like turns you all horrible and shit. Why would you want that? It's like what? Did you miss all of the 3 movies? The ring, it's not a rational love.
No, that's the point. Is you don't want it. You just think you do.
It's
That's
like
the point.
meth.
Yeah. Yes. It's like any fucking destructive drug. It's awesome when you're high, but it fucking kills you.
Yeah, you've seen Gollum's teeth, haven't you? He's got the mouth of a meth head all the way.
Like that's such a simple concept.
But it's
such a simple concept.
It's incredible to have someone be like, what? Like they watch the 3 Lord of the Rings films, and you're like, what do you think? It's like they were shit. Why? Why would anyone want the ring? It's so shit. It turns you into Gollum.
Have this ring, million, but it will also send you fucking insane and crazy, and you'll basically kill everyone.
Damn, insane and crazy.
Even one's close to you, you'll lose your sanity, lose your body, you'll just become this demented, deformed fucking creature that has no threat. Yeah, sign me up, mate, sign me up. Why would anyone fucking want this? I don't get it, it's a fucking filth.
Oh. But he's selling this like that's a big deal with the ring, is that we want people to want it, so we better give it attributes that are desirable. It's like, wait, what is this framing? That's not what it is. That's not at all what's happening in this story. What are you talking about?
Oh, it turns you invisible and makes you immortal, but then it doesn't do anything else. What the
What?
It tricks you into surrendering yourself to fucking Sauron.
I thought it was pretty clear when you just have characters, it is in their hand and they stroke it saying, my precious. What do you think that exchange is right there? And if he's like, yeah, I don't know, they're not getting anything out of it, so why? That makes no sense. It's like, they are satisfied, they are content, because that's the point of the ring, is to make you feel like this is what you want, but it's not.
Yeah. And as soon as it's gone, the anxiety is unbearable. Like you saw it with Bilbo, you see it with Gollum pretty much. Well, yeah, Gollum is Gollum is like on like the worst come down ever. And God damn it.
fuck's the point in being immortal if it doesn't give you any other fucking powers?
What's the point in being immortal if you don't have other powers? What?
Because that is definitely not something that people could ever desire. No.
Can you picture anybody on this planet desiring immortality? Not necessarily you can't die, just that you live for as long as you do. There's nothing that strikes you down naturally. I'm gonna when Rags comes back, I'm gonna ask him that question. Rags, what's the point of immortality if you don't have other powers? And see what he says. See if he thinks that I'm serious. I'd be curious. I'll try and sell it as though I'm serious.
Gimli really takes the annoyingly unfunny character in a hyperdrive. Everyone I've asked finds some of these lines hilarious, but I found scenes in Schindler's List funnier than this.
Oh.
All right. Well.
Boy.
All right.
Wow.
Oh.
It's a little tight across the
it's
chest.
kind of like
Keep breathing. That's the key. Breathe.
That's funny though. That scene was funny. 'Cause,
Well,
like,
that's all this is. He's gonna say it's not funny, and then we're gonna say it is funny. Done.
Not to mention that.
Wait, at least I'm gonna set it up by saying the joke is like I can't believe I'm gonna explain a joke. Oh my god.
Do it.
The joke is Aragorn and Legolas are striding along easily, and he's just barely keeping up, and he's cheering himself on. That's the fucking joke. You fuck. Like
Not just that. There's also a little bit of build-up prior to that, with Gimli kind of boasting that dwarves are natural sprinters over short distances.
Yeah, don't forget the shot, the wonderful shot where Aragorn is kneeling and he notices like where they're going next, and then the camera moves up and we see Legolas is there too. They both sprint along, the camera hangs, and then he just falls down the hill in the background because he's trying to keep up.
Yeah, he just tosses himself off again because he just can't fucking be bothered to run.
It's a lovely bit of... It's the kind of shit you see in the Cornetto trilogy a lot, where you don't realize the camera is almost a character. It's working with you.
Yeah.
Trying to make you entertained.
Yeah.
And it's not just the unfunny lines, it's the dialogue itself.
They are so alike in voice and appearance that they're often mistaken for dwarf men.
I was just gonna say, I love this exchange.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love this exchange. It's one of my favorite parts of the movie.
It's the beards.
Oh, Thanks for explaining that joke, because you clearly think the audience are too fucking thick to get it.
So that was banter between Aragorn, Gimli, and Eowyn. It's strengthening their relationship because those three go through different things throughout this film and the next one.
See, the fact that
Aragorn was talking down and explaining it.
Aragorn whispered it. So the point is not just to explain the obvious that they have beards, but by whispering it, they're implying that it's an extremely sensitive subject to the fucking dwarf people.
Not to mention, that's the one aspect that I think naturally as an audience you'd be questioning. You're like, wait, so Gimli's like mainly beard. Do the women have beards? And he goes, it's the beards. You're like, oh shit.
But that's the thing. They probably don't, though. That's the thing. They probably don't. And
this is what I mean. Like both ways, it could work. So
yeah, it doesn't matter even. The point is that they're just having a funny interaction with each other, and it's just like it is a great character moment for the three of them.
I don't know. Like, those people are like detestable, honestly.
I forgot to ask, Greg, Christmas or Halloween, which is better? Just choose.
Oh,
Halloween, I guess.
Yes.
Oh.
I forget. Wait, Weekend Warrior, you voted on this already, right?
I said Christmas.
Yeah, it's okay. You can be wrong.
No, I'm correct.
Wait a fucking minute. Wait a fucking minute.
Wait a minute.
Hey.
Wait a minute. What are you, Cinematic Venom? Like
Chris Cinematic.
Cinematic.
Celebrate, Halloweeners. Celebrate. We got another one.
We piled the carcasses and burned them.
Does anyone want to guess what his point's gonna be? How this is bad? I'm just curious.
For no reason. No, wait. For no reason.
No.
No, I'm just listing. Well, like those are the
okay.
points. Like for no reason, I don't understand what's happening in this scene. Like they're just talking. They're talking and walking. Like those are like one of the two things I can think of right now. What else?
I would take a guess that whilst Aragorn does his like kind of pathfinding where he tracks their their tracks and all that, I bet he's gonna go. But they show the scenes like like interchangeably with Merry and Pippin fleeing all the orcs, and he's just gonna be like, "We know they're alive."
I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be about the selection he just showed us. So I don't know if it's like it's obviously there. You can see the smoke or something like that. I don't know. Let's enjoy it.
Chat also said, "I don't care." Like,
all right.
Like,
he doesn't care about this because actually that's probably it.
Oh, Rax is on his way back. He might be in time for the Return of the King.
No! When I said I left none alive, we clearly meant they.
Wow.
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 You're right.
So just to make sure everyone got that, his complaint is Aragorn said, he said there were two hobbits. Did you see two hobbits? And then he says, we left none alive. And Gimli's reaction is dead?
Like, yeah. Very normal reaction.
Very normal.
Very, very, very normal reaction, in fact.
He's upset that Gimli clarified dead because Gimli's not actually concerned with making sure that's the case. He's just so fucking sad that they didn't make it in time.
Yeah, that's literally like that's a normal thing. Like that's the left side of his brain telling the right side of his brain, this is the news.
Yeah. Nah, Gimli's just slow. He just needs things explained to him.
This is how I think a lot of people view my work, where they're like, look at him, he's nitpicking to the point of taking someone clarifying something as like bad exposition or something.
How could you make a complaint that makes you look like an asshole? Like how he can't even be compassionate enough to understand the significance of that line. It's like, don't you get it?
You didn't care.
Like Gimli is sad because his friends are dead. Like what the fuck?
This is top tier meme-ish right here.
Okay, no reason.
It's kind of perfect. That's kind of perfect.
It's hard to choose sometimes.
It's pretty good. Holy shit.
Good meme. High five.
Oh, you're gonna say something about that.
So yeah, this is a good sword. We're coming up. Here we go. Let's see it in all its glory.
Oh yeah, that foreshadowing.
This is a good sword. It's a good sword.
Okay, let me get this straight. Everyone shits on Attack of the Clones for this line.
I don't like sand.
This is the exact same fucking
No, it's
line!
not.
This
No,
is
it's
a
not.
good sword.
So he's telling him this is a good sword to bolster him.
God.
The kid is
Oh my
frightened.
God. This is like one of the most human moments in the whole film. So they've conscripted fucking children.
Mhm.
That's how desperate they are. And this goddamn king, sees a frightened child, and he is boosting his ego and giving him confidence because nobody else there is. Like,
Fucking
this is
Aragorn just handed me what he calls a good sword.
This is why Aragorn is my favorite character. Like, Aragorn is the fucking man in this.
He's pretty awesome, yeah.
Yeah, he's reassuring him, or he's trying to anyway, that that sword might when he has to use it in the moment, it might save his life. And then he talks to him about his because then he say like his father made it, and then he says his name, something of something. I can't remember the exact line, but yeah, it's good, and it's not comparing to the sand. And I mean, shit. Which Riddick film is it where Riddick fucking spins around the blade and he's like, oh, it's perfectly balanced. Oh no, that's fucking Thanos, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's that.
The point is, it has nothing to do with fucking I hate sand. Like, everyone knows what that line's about, yeah? It's to do with Anakin and his past, living on a fucking desert, you know?
Yeah, and contrasting it with her smooth, silky skin. It's very romantic.
Yeah, Aragorn, on the other hand, you know, a very skilled swordsman. You know, if he picked up a sword, I'm pretty sure I would take his opinion, like, you know, seriously, whether or not it's a good sword or not.
Well, that's part of, like, we don't even know if he's being honest. The point is to give the kid hope, to give the kid strength, to give the kid... He's like,
fuck it, yeah. In such a desperate situation, it doesn't matter. It's like... You either hold the sword and fight like a man, or you're fucking dead. You know, it doesn't matter, does it?
Part of what makes Lord of the Rings what it is. Like, it doesn't just. It's not like it's not everything is so grand. It's like it all comes down to individuals working together. Like, it's very important that we all. I mean, I think that's a part of Aragorn's like speech as a king when at the end of the third one.
The ones that really mattered.
This is the joke from his script, where he's gonna riff on Sam's line.
Like. Not this one.
Oh, it's just like in the script. Yeah. Why did you show it? Why wouldn't you just... I don't know. I feel like this is going to be pretty easy for us. Also, hi, Rags.
Hello.
Oh, the disapproving dog face is back.
Oh my goodness.
You haven't really missed much. It's been the same shit.
So, based off of everything that we covered before I left, I suspected that it wouldn't actually improve.
You're right.
It didn't.
It actually got worse, if that's possible.
Hey, you want to ask Rags the question?
Oh. So, wait, let me... sorry, I forgot it. Rags, what's the point of immortality if you don't have other powers? You know what I mean? Like, what would be the point of it?
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah.
So, dare I say it, but immortality is a pathway to many other abilities that some would consider unnatural.
So he actually says in this video, in relation to the ring, possibly giving people immortality, he says, "Who would care if you don't get any more powers?"
Wow.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Oh. So, yeah, if there's a conversation to be had that I think is interesting, you know, if you could be immortal, would you? Discussions about what would it mean to be immortal? Would all emotions just eventually become dull? Would you stop finding joy in life? Would you all these other questions you could talk about? But it's like, oh, if I can't fly or shoot lasers out of my eyes, then why live forever?
Yeah, no
really?
point, really.
That sounds like it comes from someone who's living a really like shitty life, and so
like...
they go, "Oh, I could have this forever." Oh, great.
Arwen leaves Middle-earth giving up on love, but her character in the book never does that and would never do that. My point is, I could...
What?
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
What?
Oh.
What? That's not a... What?
Is he wrong? I think he's wrong.
Wait, let me just roll that back, sorry.
Guys, it was ultimately pointless, you silly fat man.
Why do you do that?
Just gonna play that again, because I'm lost.
Arwen leaves Middle-earth giving up on love, but her character
She doesn't
in the book...
leave Middle-earth.
So she doesn't? Like that's
No,
not.
yeah, she doesn't leave Middle Earth.
Do you remember the part of the movie when she's not gone from Middle Earth?
She marries
Remember the part
Aragorn.
where
Do you
she
remember
never
this?
left?
And
Oh
then
yeah,
the part
her.
where we're at the end where she's not gone.
Is it,
Yeah.
Wait, is it Is it Two Towers or Return of the King where she
Elrond
decides? to
Elrond
stay
tells
with
her that she's
Aragorn?
gonna. Not only will she eventually die alone, but that Aragorn will die, and that it's death, death, death. That's all it is. And she's like, "Oh shit!"
So
and she considers leaving.
So all that
And
that's
then-
happening is that she has joined the party.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
not
and then she
actually
has the
leaving.
vision of a son, and she's like, "There's not
Yeah.
just death, there's life." And then Elrond is like, "That future is is like waning. There's very little chance that future will ever happen." But they try, and yeah, so she's. You could actually argue the film makes it very clear she's staying for love.
Yeah,
Okay.
blatantly clear. There's a whole vision of her like watching him die, and then like that, like what that is selling or making obvious to the audience is that like she has to go through a great deal of pain to be with him, and then so when she stays, it is because she's willing to put up with that, which that is like again simple film communication. It means obviously that's love. She loves him.
Well,
she's committed to him.
the tragedy of Arwen is that slowly but surely she realizes that her immortality doesn't come with extra powers, and she has to cope with that.
Oh man.
Like Elrond has to sit down with her
So-
one day in Rivendell and like, listen,
I guess-
daughter, you just get to live forever. That's
I guess
it.
there was a frame with his eyes open and closed, too close to each other, and we ended up with this creature.
Oh no.
That's actually terrifying.
Well, if Marvel can have Spider-Man come out and be on Iron Man's team, despite in the comics being on Captain America's and never being okay with revealing his identity due to his Aunt May, and everyone ignores that and calls it the most faithful adaptation to the comics, and
No, they
I've
don't.
never heard it called the most
No,
faithful
they don't.
adaptation to the comics. In fact, all
It
I
was-
hear is
all we
people
ever
whinging
fucking
about
hear.
how it's not
Yeah.
like the comics.
Wrong. Everyone tells us it's not accurate. Cosmonaut Variety Hour
you guys
thinks
had
Civil War is bad because doesn't follow the comics.
Yeah, you guys had an entire saga over this.
Yeah.
It's
my least favorite of that era of Marvel films.
I'll kill you.
No,
It's
it is
a
like
mess.
it is because the whole film is just to set up that stupid
I
fight.
will
at the
actually hurt you.
airport,
I will
and
take
it's-
your head off.
And it's and you have to admit that it is so clunky.
I
how
will
they
break off your neck while on the floor.
The Gay
Civil
Fury,
War
Lord
is
of the Rings,
the best
Gay
MCU
Fury.
movie of them
Civil
all.
War
It
is the best in the
best one.
MCU. It's unbeatable.
Somebody, wasn't there
Greg-
gays in the film to talk about? Or were we mad about?
Greg, didn't you just not care about the movie?
Civil
you
War
think-
is so good, it's suspicious.
Did you think
For
that
no
Cap and Iron
reason.
Man were gay? Is that why? Is that why it pissed you off?
Iron Man followed Captain America for no reason.
He's like a stalker in the movie.
Oh my god, let's get back to this. Let's just end our misery and just continue this fucking video.
filler, and there's even an extended cut for an extra hour of padding and
Let's just hope there's
filler.
gonna be a
It
skit
takes it
soon.
down a great notch.
Ew, he's been reviewing theatrical versions then. Oh.
Oh no, why?
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Let's just get this over with. At the time, the second highest grossing movie in history, currently the 14th highest, and it was the biggest financial success for Time Warner until Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 came out. Huh, Harry Potter wins, case closed.
You don't mean that.
Why? You hurt my soul.
I haven't even seen like the last 3 or 4 Harry Potter movies.
Oh, they were the
'cause
great
they were
ones.
all kind
There's
of
no
like-
gayness in it.
Also, just to piss
Is
on
that the
his
way-
fanboyism, Harry Potter, the whole, well, not trilogy, the whole films, never won an Oscar. Huh? Lord of the Rings
Of
win.
course, they're not good.
Oh.
Yeah, they're almost as bad as Civil War.
Oh, dun, 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 dun.
Listen here, you.
How dare you, sir?
You know, fellas, I gotta go. This has been a lot of fun. Sorry, I didn't know that this was going to be 27 hours long when I signed up for it. But
Well, that would be
my
a quick
goodness.
episode, but yeah.
It's going
I
to be
know-
longer than the extended trilogy.
I know I joked that I wouldn't come back, but I'm looking forward to the next time. So thank you very much for having me.
Oh, that's
absolutely, man. You've been a fabulous guest. It's been fun having you.
Have fun debunking the same 4 arguments.
Well, I was
again for another 5 hours.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to think of new. Oh, and don't forget more random laughter.
I could say the same script. I could say the same thing about your fucking script.
More random laughter. They've won.
It's gonna be gay.
Oh, I know.
They won.
It's gonna be the gay. It's gonna be the gay.
Imagine after everything that they went through, they had a laugh. They shared joy.
How dare you?
Yeah.
This is such an elation moment of just, oh, we fucking did it. Look, it's us, the fucking idiots from the Shire, and we did it. Oh.
Yeah, well, again, keep in mind, Frodo and Sam, they've been separated since the first film, and
Wait, you mean Gandalf and Frodo? Right?
Well, Sam and Frodo being separated from everyone, but also
right.
And yeah, true. Especially with Gandalf, he thought he was dead. You know, he saw him fall, and that was it. So to see him standing there, yeah, imagine the fucking relief, you know.
And the walls of Mordor, our enemy, is regrouping. Let him stay there.
Pause for safety again.
Okay.
What do you reckon he's gonna do? He says, "Let him rot." So I'm assuming he's gonna take issue.
Why do we care?
I don't even, that's not a joke. That's so much more just fucking.
Well, we'll see. Who knows what he'll say, Al? He could say anything. He could say, "Oh, it's really dumb that he's smoking in this scene." Like, who knows?
Okay. Yeah.
Let him rot. Why should we care?
Wait, what the fuck? They spent 3 movies trying to save them, and now Gimli wants him to die.
What?
He's referring to Frodo because Gandalf clarifies immediately after mentioning the hobbits.
Gimli's... Wait, he thinks that Gimli's talking about Frodo?
Gimli's talking about Sauron.
Yeah, he's talking about Sauron and his army.
Wait, you think he's saying let Frodo rot?
No, we were just that Sauron, right?
We can, like, this can't actually be happening. Like,
how can you say?
No.
He didn't watch the movie. No way.
Just gonna roll it back.
Let him stay there. Let him rot. Why should we care?
Wait, what the fuck? They spent 3 movies trying to save them, and now Gimli wants him to die.
He does think that Gimli's referring to Frodo.
Can we have a moment of silence? I don't know. Like, this might be the most baffling take we've seen on Efap. I don't.
Can you press F for my brain chat? Oh my god!
Just press F for analysis.
I do not even know what to say.
He thinks Gimli doesn't care if Frodo lives or dies in this moment in the film, guys.
In the fucking scene where they get the chainmail, they went, oh, they all went, oh, come on, bro.
No, how could he think this, considering that what is he? Gimli goes on this potential suicide mission to save Frodo in this very scene.
F for analysis chat, like just fucking press F, Jesus Christ. Like,
do you remember when Gimli's reaction to the idea that Frodo didn't make it after destroying the ring? Do you remember how happy he is to see Frodo when Frodo wakes up?
Yeah.
Why would you think he's talking about Frodo, you idiot?
Let him stay there?
Let him rot.
Like, Frodo's just gonna, like, buy an apartment in Mordor?
Let's just, like, if he was a friend of ours, we all saw it separately, we talked about it, he's like, so weird that Gimli wanted Frodo to die at one point. You're like, what?
I'd be like, I'm sorry, what?
Why do they have beef? What happened?
What an absurd moment in this video, but thank you for putting it at this point, so it's a nice little bonus before we hit the end, I guess.
What did Gandalf actually say? I forgot already.
What Gandalf says, it doesn't fucking matter what Gandalf says in response, because Gimli's clearly referring to Sauron.
I guess, yeah, but it's like...
I thought that he would... So, okay, someone actually posted it. Gandalf says in response, because 10,000 orcs now stand between Frodo and Mount Doom.
Oh my god.
So he thinks that, like, he thinks this, like, the text of this scene is, Gimli said, I don't care about Frodo, he can rot. And then Gandalf said, yeah, but Frodo has a couple of obstacles we need to help him out with, though.
Oh, Okay,
Yeah,
That's what he thinks the scene is. Rather, the scene is we've defeated the armies of Mordor, sent them back. They can rot in Mordor, and then Gandalf's like, yeah, but Frodo has to get the ring to Mordor, and they're all in Mordor. So
yeah, thanks again for establishing Egan can't even fucking understand basic comprehension.
that's amazing.
Yeah,
like I kind of want to give him an award for that one. Like I don't know.
You know when again he didn't read shit. Like surely he saw this or saw that a bit and he interpreted it and thought, no wait, that can't be that can't be what Gimli's saying. And then like surely he would have googled it or fucking looked at it or anything. But no, he actually ran with that. He actually went, no, that's actually what Gimli's saying. Fucking hell! Just come on, dude.
Yep.
I've run out of insults for it. It's just like Jesus, you was just so deliberately just misconstrued in every possible fucking thing, and just inventing your own bullshit. Like holy crap!
But you have to, and the other thing is he clarified it. Like this wasn't a random thought that he accidentally let through. He was like, no, guys, he is talking about Frodo.
He's very certain here. He's like sure that he's correct.
Well, yeah. You have to add this little qualifier, you know. And yes, he's referring to Frodo. No, he's not. No, he's not.
That is
I'm so
this
spent.
is insane.
Ugh,
Some people just decide to make the wrong kind of content.
Clearly talking about
Imagine watching Nostalgia Crick and that guy with the glasses crew for so long and being infatuated with it that you make a fucking video this bad in 2017. Like, holy shit. Like,
I mean, thanks for proving that Lord of the Rings can't be defeated, I guess. It's
even if this was like, even if he did this when it was the height of that guy with the glasses, this would still be horrendous. Like, this is not... These arguments, most of them are not even arguments. Most of them are just stupid little fucking... Well, just shitty observation humor that is not
funny.
No, it's just not. It is just. Well, and then you'll when he strawmans the fans like as dumb retards who don't understand anything. It's like you don't. I think you're projecting so hard, man. You don't get it. You don't get Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Like,
didn't fucking watch the movies. There's no way.
And again, I gotta stress, it's not a complicated series. It is not. It is not something that you need to rewatch time and time again, rewind scene after scene, and pick up little details. It is really straightforward. It is like it is.
Yeah, it's not deep.
Fuck.
It's an adventure story, right? Like,
well,
it's a story about jewelry.
Yeah,
it's a story about jewelry.
I'm just lost to
Well, yeah, like I don't mean to inflate. I'm just so staggered by this take. It's fascinating.
Insane. Like this is actually
Efap
one of the
Hall of
most
Fame.
insane takes.
Like
absolute Hall of Fame, Hall of Shame.
Right, like I'm thinking. So like best Efap quotes of all time, like the one that said, "Pretend it's what you wanted, and maybe you'll like it." That's one of the Efap Hall of Fame lines. I guess they have the rhinos because they milk them. That's Efap Hall of Fame.
And don't forget, guys.
Hall of Shame.
Sorry, at the start, don't forget, he also started this whole video saying people won't listen to my actual arguments. Where are they?
Well, you have to make arguments. You can't just make statements.
It was clever of him.
You can't be wrong.
It was clever of him to push this one so late in the game because most people won't make it this far, I think.
Yeah. Wow. That's just fascinating. It's just so fascinating.
I'm loving. I am loving all your comments as well, guys, who've gone on to poke holes in his bullshit yourselves.
Yeah, be nice though. Of course.
Oh no,
be nice. He clearly is. He really needs it.
He needs help.
Yeah,
like you need to be like, okay, so this argument doesn't work because of this.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying good job on anyone saying that he's a wanker or anything. I know I've just completely trashed it myself, but.
Well, I mean, he's gotten as good as he's given. He's thrown a hell of a lot of insults to people who like Lord of the Rings, which unfortunately is us. It's kind of a bizarre video. A lot of people say like, "Is this the worst video EFAP has covered?" It's like it's certainly up there, top 5.
Do you know what's really funny as
it's
well?
up there.
That was really funny because obviously I knew I knew coming into this or coming onto Efap tonight that this was going to be a bad. Oh, it's going to be a video trashing Lord of the Rings. I was expecting the arguments about like why didn't they use the eagles to just drop the ring in? I mean, don't get me wrong, he's still got like what 10 minutes.
He'll do that one, I'm sure of it.
Yeah,
I'm
like
sure,
that's
but
still
I was-
something like a normal person could kind of.
There are normal
and then you
complaints to make.
explain, Actually,
There are normal complaints to
then,
make.
then you're like, oh, actually, because A, B, C, and D. Those are the reasons why not. And you're like, oh,
Yeah, I was anticipating these kind of like logical things where it's like why couldn't they? Because it's a genuine question. It's not just like duh, don't you know anything about Lord of the Rings? It's a genuine fucking shout. Why couldn't they just ride the flying beasts and just fast travel to Mordor? And I'm not gonna go into that argument. It's been done to death. But it's just but the things instead is like, let's break down the characters. Oh yeah, Gimli's not funny. He's annoying. Okay. Legolas is Ray. Okay. He's barely talked about Aragorn. Actually, he's literally just.
I was gonna say it's odd that he hasn't talked about Aragorn at all because there's so much to say about him as a character and his history and what he means, what he means to this story. Because he's very important and he's avoided it.
Yeah. Well, out of Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli, who's the more important character of the three? Who's the one that? And
Gimli.
Yeah, and it's like Gandalf is just close-ups of Ian McKellen's nose. Okay, Frodo and Sam's gay undertone relationship. Gollum, fucking hell.
I think it's funny though to think about what if Gimli had this weird secret hatred for hobbits this whole time. Like, why do you think he was the slowest to try and chase after Merry and Pippin? Because he wanted to try and get them killed by delaying them arriving, so he was being the slowest. And when when he came back to Frodo at the very end, he was like inside. He was going, "Oh fuck, this little asshole's alive! Oh hey, Frodo!
We have like
Hey, you made
this scene though that he's referring to now. He says like, "We have to help Frodo and Sam," and then Gimli's like, "Fuck Frodo and Sam, let them die." And everyone looks at him, and he's like, "Oh, get in, fuck. Let's go help him." It's like, oh my god, Gimli.
When Frodo and Sam save the world and Gimli celebrates despite 20 minutes earlier saying he wants to leave them out there to die.
I thought I'd die fighting.
I guess he did sort of develop it. Yeah, he really does believe it. He believes Gimli wants them dead.
Yeah. He has his own contradicting evidence right here, and yet he can't see it. Dude, come on. Like,
well, he thinks it is a contradiction. He's saying this evidence proves it's a contradiction. We're like, no.
Yeah, dude.
It's either a strange, nonsensical contradiction, or it is perfectly consistent with the correct viewpoint. I just
fascinating.
Side by side with an elf.
What about side by side with a friend?
Nah, gonna let you rot.
Legolas?
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted you to die.
Oh my god!
What? And do you not think everyone else in the Fellowship was gonna be like, okay, so Frodo, like before we did that distraction thing, Gimli wanted you to fucking die. So I don't know if he's been like drinking or something. I don't know. He's
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Moments before Gimli came up those stairs, Legolas went, "Wait, you've got to let your bigotry aside. He's done.
It's good that he's alive, okay, Gimli."
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, fine. It's good that Frodo's alive." Say it with me, Gimli. It's a good thing Frodo's alive. Fine, I got it.
I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm done with this shit. My point was gonna be, right, that he would so if he thought this was true, he would rail on it because that's such a bad thing in this film if that were true. And I thought he was gonna move on. And what I was gonna say was he's not even invested in his criticisms, right? Because he's not even explaining why these things matter. He's just like, "Oh fuck it, that's a problem, yeah," without even thinking. But I was wrong. He does care about this, and that makes it almost worse. He is convinced that Gimli wanted Frodo and Sam to die. And I can't believe that's something I'm saying. This reviewer believes Gimli wanted Frodo and Sam to die.
That is such a... Yeah, it is like it's the most backwards, most illogical take you could fucking take. That you could take away from this.
I would love to put into question now. Like, say, for example, Just Right, if he was here, I'd be like, Just Right, Gimli wanted Sam and Frodo to die. That's my opinion. Like, do you think that's valid? Do you think that is a true opinion? Do you think it's entirely subjective whether or not that can be verified, and that it's just my opinion? Because he's a big fan of Lord of the Rings. I feel like he'd be like, well, that's just not true. And I'd be like, someone out there thinks it is after watching them.
Yeah.
Don't ruin their experience, okay? Let them have it. He just amazing.
Hey, 9.5 hours and we still have no character.
For Aragorn?
No, that's
okay. All right.
Aragorn doesn't really have a character, it's true.
Okay.
I'm starting to realize there was no fucking point in rewatching these films ahead of time for this, was there, Rex?
Fuck yeah! We just had to enjoy ourselves. And
I was gonna say we had to watch Lord of the Rings. Like, well, there are worse things in life.
I did take half a day, but yeah.
I am so surprised that I managed to recite so many things from it, and I haven't watched them in a good couple of years now.
It's almost like they're really memorable because of how meaningful all of it is.
Yeah, I mean, I will wear my biasms on a sleeve. Huge fan.
Yeah. I think we all are. It's okay though, because we can still be objective about what happened in these films.
Also, the fact that, like, oh yeah, Sam's the last one to come up, and then it's like, you know, it's the biggest, relief ever for Frodo that Sam didn't perish in the fucking lava. You know, he didn't burn up into a little piece of bacon. And drumroll, guys, who thinks it's gonna be another gay reference?
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's find out.
I bet it's gonna be like Frodo creams his pants or something. Bet it. Calling it.
Hey, I want to fuck your brains out.
There we go.
All right.
There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! We did it.
Like clockwork.
Oh wait, what is this? The top 3 Efap arguments, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Someone sent me that. Ultimate Agent sent me that.
I mean,
Gimli wanted Frodo and Sam.
You get
like,
the
no
gold.
one would say that. Is like, oh, you would be forgiven for thinking so.
Pretend it's what you wanted.
About this relationship anyway. Why are they even in love? 9 hours in and we have...
Why are they in love? All right.
Well, so it starts off and they already have been in love. Like their romance doesn't blossom here. They already know each other. They already are in love.
The arc in this film, well, these films, it's essentially a forbidden love, but it triumphs overall.
Yeah. You know, their father and him being king and all the other stuff going on in the background of, you know, the ring.
Even when they reunite, it should be emotional, but it isn't because there's nothing there. Fuck Hermione and Ron slowly developing feelings over 8 films before falling in love. Fuck Han and Leia.
So now we're going to compare it to just other relationships.
Right.
Oh my god.
Right. Harry Potter and Ginny, they have literally no chemistry or any build-up in the films.
He's comparing to Han and Leia, which is that takes up a significant portion of their, what you would call B plot, I guess. I'm not... Luke would be the A plot, I would imagine people would agree on. Han and Leia's relationship is being developed throughout them escaping the Empire. That's like a huge... That's like... I would say it's a focal point. Like, it's enormous. It's the payoff of Han being frozen in front of Leia is like, that's a big part of the movie. Lord of the Rings is dealing with a shit ton of other stuff than just Arwen and Aragorn. Like, the idea that... If he was to tell me, do you think the film could benefit from developing them further? I'd be like, possibly. But I don't know what it comes at the cost of, considering we have limited time, unfortunately. To be like, this other romance has more in it than this romance. I'd just be like, okay. And he does this a lot. It just doesn't really... It doesn't prove much of anything. You're just like, Han and Leia's romance, is it better or worse than Arwen and Aragorn's? And you're like, I don't really know why we're comparing them. Not the same thing at all, but okay.
Hugo Weaving's character? I couldn't even remember his name, and even...
Elrond? Fucking hell.
Couldn't remember his name. So Elrond is characterized by having lost faith in men completely, and he's abandoning Middle-earth for the betterment of the elves.
And
He's not a hugely significant developed character, because there are several of those in Lord of the Rings, as there are in every story ever, because you can't have every single character being fully developed. And Elrond, through his daughter, sees new hope in the world of men.
yes.
Yeah.
He does the right thing and he helps Aragorn out and he eventually He is happy with Arwen, being there. He's at the coronation. He's a very great, supportive kind of guy. You clearly tell he's very wise, bit cynical, but he's there to help. Yeah, he is definitely a character.
Even he has no chemistry with his own daughter. Gandalf, I think, is just so boring.
He's very distant with his yeah, fucking hell. One hot take at a time. So the Elrond being like cold with his daughter is entirely because he thinks that she's gonna kill herself if she commits to her decisions. He's very unhappy.
Very protective.
But when she drops the book because she thinks he won't help her, and she's upset because she's not going to get anything that she thinks is right, he grabs her hands, and then he even showed the clip of him looking very concerned with her. And then Elrond helps her.
Somebody in chat also said that most of Arwen's and Aragorn's relationship is explained in the appendices. They changed it to have at least some female in the cast. That's it. Makes sense. And I was like, yeah.
But it works in the movie, so okay.
Yeah. And
yeah. They don't just arbitrarily fuck me. They don't just throw it in just because why not? Let's make this runtime exceedingly ridiculous. There is reason behind it.
Yeah, here we go. Gandalf sucks. Let's do it.
He has no chemistry with his own daughter. Gandalf, I think, is just so boring. He seems to just wander around and occasionally do something for the sake of the plot, but
oh, Jesus Christ, I can't take it anymore.
Somebody,
Gandalf wanders around and does stuff for the plot.
Weekend Warrior, like, you there, dude? You good?
A lot of characters end up just, doing plot stuff,
Yeah, Weekend Warrior still alive? Oh.
He is idle, though perhaps he has been carried away by the eagles.
I mean, this video defeated, Skeptic, Weekend Warrior.
Can
we make it?
I expected that argument. I really was.
Well, he's just done them all. Everything in everything in Lord of the Rings is just bad, and he's gone through them individually, and all of his arguments have been fucking dreadful. We're just like, oh. Most of this stream has been us trying to explain why the film is actually really well written. That's basically been it, and we've used his points as a vehicle to do so. That's basically it, and we still uncovered a shit ton of the movie. All of 3. Terrible character.
Ultimately, himself isn't needed. At least Dumbledore was.
Gandalf isn't needed.
Oh no!
Gandalf isn't needed, guys. Guys, Gandalf not needed. Okay.
Don't need him. He's
Can't
fine.
wait for his Dumbledore comparison. Go on.
Oh yeah, sorry, my brain hadn't even caught up to that. It's like Harry Potter, here we come.
Was interesting. By the way, doesn't this shot kind of look like he's butt fucking Pippin?
Oh my god, more gay.
I mean, I wouldn't have even thought. I just assumed they were on a horse, so they'd be bouncing around a bit. Okay. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. Very very funny.
Like if we watch, if we all watch this in private and you just hit play and you didn't pause it the entire time. God, the gay jokes would just get they're insufferable now. But can you just oh my god, just reeling them so quick one after another? It's like it's like I think it's like one every 10 minutes minimum with him.
I was gonna say that's generous. Sometimes he throws them out 5 per minute, but yeah.
Yeah, he's got a buttload of gay jokes.
Fucking hell.
In a moment with Pippin, but again, I'm not invested, and I just don't care.
Oh, don't such an amazing moment, and he's like, "Well, I'm not invested." Every time he comes across something that he knows is fucking great, his only thing he says is, "I'm not invested."
Don't care.
I didn't feel anything.
We could go back and do a drinking game for this next time. Just to
I want to live.
No, I don't. Not anymore.
Yeah, Pippin does finally kill something, and that was pretty cool. But the thing about my
oh my god, why? This is what I mean. The pattern, the things he likes, it's always superficial. Pippin killed someone or an orc. That's cool. Oh,
he didn't even say because Pippin saved Gandalf or potentially saved Gandalf here. It wasn't. It was just he just killed something. Not the why, not the context of it. Not the fact that these two had been getting some pretty nifty exchanges.
Right, final time. When Harry killed the basilisk in Chamber of...
No.
I didn't give a fucking shit. That snake was fucking badass, though. I wanted it to live.
He's so terrible. You can't even...
It's Harry Potter.
You can't even argue why Harry Potter is good in this fight.
Yeah. Harry Potter somehow fucking stabs a snake.
Enough Harry fucking Potter. I'm so done.
I think with my brief explanation just now, I think I fucking did a better job in like 30 seconds than he's done in this whole time. He literally
I cared. It was awesome. Here, there's just no emotional connection and it's boring and bland.
He killed the snake. It was awesome. That's all he had to say about the Harry Potter reference. Why the fuck did you bring it up?
And this is Underil, reforged from Narsil, the sword that Aragorn's great whatever, his ancestor Isildur, used to slay Sauron, that Aragorn is going to use to fight the enemies of Sauron, which represents his royal lineage that he has to take up. Like, this scene has got stuff is fucking happening here.
And moron, where the fuck was this the past 8.5 hours? They've never done this before. They always just went straight into battle, not giving a shit about life or death.
What are you talking about? They often before battle prepare. What, you criticized the speech that Theoden gave before they went into battle? What do you mean? Why is it that if we had multiple battles in which they attacked immediately, that we couldn't have a battle where they didn't attack immediately?
And why the hell isn't Mount Doom cut off? You'd think since this is the only place the ring can be destroyed, there'd be an army protecting it, or every possible entrance to the place would be destroyed.
I think there's something there, actually, as an argument. Yeah, you'd think Sauron would have absolute control over this place, because it's the only place the ring could be destroyed.
What was Gandalf's plan? Subterfuge. The whole thing. I get it. You know, you could have like, I don't know, a guard there or something, but the whole thing was that Gandalf's plan was subterfuge. Nobody would suspect that there would be a hobbit walking into Mordor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it both ways. I do think it would be, if I was Sauron and I was like, the only way to kill me for good is to drop the ring in the volcano. I'm like, you know what?
Just wall up the entrance, you know? Wall up the entrance until...
Keep a ring waif nearby, or, you know, because obviously, well, orcs aren't reliable. They're just as likely to fight each other than anyone else. So
also, as someone mentioned, he was under the impression at this point in the movie that Pippin had the ring, I believe.
What?
He. That's he.
Oh yeah, that's right, because of the Palantir. Yeah.
That's why Gandalf takes Pippin with him.
Pippin's at the front gate, so.
Yeah, this is what I mean. There's room here to figure that Sauron was doing, you know, not necessarily the best thing, but an okay thing.
And not just that, but good point as well from chat. It never occurred to Sauron that N would want to destroy the ring. That too, like, you know.
Yeah, if it's corrupting influence that makes people do nothing but desire it, and for the last, forever, it's always corrupted people essentially. Yeah, that's fair enough.
It's got a proven track record that
it's almost like a fail-safe that whoever tries to throw it in will be like, no, actually. Maybe that's what, because a lot of people, I don't think he's going to do it, but some people point out that Elrond not preventing Isildur from throwing it in is a flaw. Maybe it's because if Elrond was to be the one to throw it, he wouldn't be able to, because elves seem to be very corruptible from the brief moment we had with Galadriel.
Also, let's consider what would happen if Elrond killed Isildur.
Yeah,
that would be a bit of
elven-human relationships.
Yeah, you get a war.
He's like, well, I mean, from Elrond's perspective, this is still a win because Sauron's been defeated. Yeah, the ring's still around, but at least, like, it's going to be kept at Minas Tirith and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'll take it because, I mean, what am I going to do?
And as Emily said, the failsafe turns out to be correct because Frodo does fail.
Yeah,
doesn't throw it in.
Yeah, he's not the perfect hero.
It has the most unnecessarily dragged out ending in cinema history.
20 minutes for a 12-hour series.
He's wrong. And you know what? I'm going to do it. I mentioned this to Rags, but hey guys, I've seen Just Right do a video on Lord of the Rings explaining why there are this many endings. It's actually good. It's one of his earliest videos, or at least it's an early video. It's before he went nuts. Go and watch it if you want to know, because my brain's putty at this point. Why there's this many endings and what they're doing. There's a reason for all of them. They exist very purposefully. And if you want to appeal solely to the time, 20 minutes in, is it 13 hours or some shit? Like, how long is this story? I always, again, putty.
The point is, it's enough. I mean, if we were to like compare this like to a TV show, you know, I don't think anyone would have issue with a 20-minute outro or ending. You know,
just as gay here, so I'm not gonna miss.
More
I'm
gay.
back. Sure, I
You
didn't
came
miss
right in
anything,
for a
so-
gay. You just there was a gay.
So
Oh
any
boy,
jokes?
sweet.
Here we go.
I could help a bit. I could carry it for a while.
oh no, he's gonna do it.
Oh,
No,
he's
so-
rolling out a lot of gay in a row now.
Suck your balls for a
Oh,
while.
I can suck your balls for.
Touch him again.
That's my job.
Thank goodness Armor Skeptic didn't have to deal with this. He would have died like
Yeah,
twice.
he would have never come back. We would have scared him off.
Is that true, guys? Is that actually his 37th gay joke, or you just?
Yeah,
Like, have you guys...
it could actually be.
And the film clearly grew defensive of this because at the end,
The film clearly grew defensive. This is at the beginning. This is set up, you froob. Like, are you not paying attention?
Froob.
Sam really fucking quickly rushes to marry this woman he barely knows. And was
He rushes to marry a woman he barely
Literally,
knows.
like,
Missed all of
two
the
different
setup.
scenes in the opening.
Missed
like,
the setup. Oh well.
barely ever mentioned.
He looks at her at the party. He looks at her at the bar.
Did you catch
like,
that?
He's clearly
Barely ever
interested in her.
mentioned. I think that was his way of being like, yeah, okay, there was something at the beginning. I better mention vaguely that that's a thing to get out of this. It's like, okay.
to let everybody know that he's not gay and he's led Frodo
He lets everyone know he's not gay.
on this entire time.
I
Seriously,
did
it's so
joke
out
in
of no-
Discord that it's when people pointed out him marrying Rosie, I was like, yeah, he's in denial.
Okay.
and random.
Just like
Nah,
Gimli.
Brilliant screenwriting.
What is that?
And how did Dildo age so much in just 4
The
years?
ring.
Oh my god, kill me.
It's so obvious the ring gives people unnaturally long lives.
Does he think this has
So when
nothing to
he
do with the
loses
ring and he just really aged badly in a year?
Galadriel even
Clearly
like,
Bilbo's
monologues
Hispanic.
it.
Once you hit 40, it's just you're fucking. It's done.
Yeah, it's downhill.
It's done. Yeah, but it's like an Asian woman.
Who knew Bilbo was Asian?
Yeah.
So, was it because how come it would affect Gollum almost
I just want to say, while we're talking about Bilbo here in this scene, like I get teary-eyed every fucking time I watch this because it's Bilbo's ending here is perfect. He's happy to go on another adventure. There's the goodbyes. Gandalf's going. Frodo leaves. The elves are off on their way. The music's it's just so fucking good. It's just so good
No,
to
too
hear
long.
people say this is bad when I'm watching this with tears in my eyes because it's so fucking perfect. It really annoys me. Really annoys me.
Too long.
the ring? Because how come it would affect Gollum almost instantly, but it took a while to affect Frodo or anyone else?
It affects different people differently. Have you been watching the film or not?
Funny enough, one of the guys in chat just said that. Hang on, let me just get it back up. Yeah, he may have watched the movies, but he didn't watch the movies.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
Why does Frodo leave anyway? Why? There's no goddamn reason.
Oh, he missed all of it. Of course, he missed all of it.
He read the books, though. He should have known this.
He's missed entirely Frodo's journey. Whatever. I can't be fucked to explain it to him.
I know. I'm
The script forgot to give me a reason, so
go away, Doug. You don't
Bye.
need to be here.
Oh, and look.
Please don't tell me.
Oh no.
The Star Screen made the same fucking mistake.
Because it's a mixture of the effect the ring had on him and the Morgul wound, I believe.
It's just that he has the power of YouTube, not YouTube, power of Google as he's literally showed us with this screenshot, and yet
He still doesn't get it. Like, it's still not something
Yeah,
he's found. I just.
And yet he still has that take on Gimli. He still has that.
Well,
take.
that's yeah. This shouldn't shock anyone at this point. He thinks Gimli wants Frodo dead.
This is so poorly researched and poorly analyzed. It's like this is fucking beyond.
Like, Quentin Reviews said that a review is nothing more than a description of an experience. Quentin, do you have any issue to take with this video at all? Is it fine? Is it just a description of an experience? Is that
Are you
all?
a fan of the Lord of the Rings by chance, or?
Who isn't? You know, like, apart from this dude.
And the reason given is that he was too traumatized by his journey that he just had to leave. One, that doesn't make any sense.
How does it not make sense? How I want you to.
Fuck me.
I need to explain to me what about that doesn't make sense. I need to know. I need some explanation for this madness. I need some answers. This Lovecraftian video, and incomprehensible nature is driving me mad. Hurts my face. And my brain. And my ears and my eyes.
We did it, chat. We did it.
Oh my god, Weekend Warrior, are you okay?
Yeah. I fell asleep.
Oh, that's all right. You were the lucky one.
Another person has sleep time officially on Efap.
2, we never saw any of that.
Oh.
I've lost. What? Saw in any of what? Sorry.
So he said, if the argument is that he's
Frodo's trauma.
traumatized from his experience, 1, that doesn't make sense, and 2, we never saw any of it.
Oh, go away. Yes, we did. I no. Just come on.
Well,
come
I'd
on.
be like, oh, I can help you out. I can help you out. I'll show you, and I hand him the 3 films. I'll be like, check them out. It's in there.
Yeah, it starts out, not too much going on, but then it really, as we go, there's.
It's not even like it's in the subtext or anything.
I have seen more than you know.
You show everything else, but not a vital plot point. I never sense his trauma. I need to leave the.
Because you're not paying any fucking attention because you don't care. That's why I've solved the problem. The riddle. It is defeated.
No, Mr. Frodo, you're supposed to kiss my dick.
More will come.
And the final.
They're gay. They're gay. They're so gay.
Line of the movie.
I mean, after everything
Wait,
Sam
you're
did for
back.
Frodo, I would probably want
He's got
his
3
dick, like,
kids!
no lie.
Like 4 years, and then all of a
no,
sudden he
you
just comes
pointed out
home
that
and he
he's
goes, "I'm back."
heterosexual. Oh.
This is the meme again, where he takes a line of dialogue and he's like, he just interprets it in
Waffles
the
on
only
the
way
fucking-
that could possibly be nonsensical. Sam, you
comes
came
back-
back to the Shire before, and you're back now? Are you nuts? It's like, alright then, you did it. Criticism, everyone.
I think the movies are coated with filler, unnecessary scenes that add to nothing story or character-wise, bland characters that have no personalities, awful dialogue that people forgive and ignore for some reason. But in that same respect, I can honestly completely understand.
He thinks he's proven this, by the way.
Yeah, I've proven it by asserting that they're dumb by saying them again in a stupid voice out of context.
And see why exactly it is so successful. I can see the appeal and I can perfectly understand why they're so loved by everyone. They're well put together, I just fault the writing mostly and some of the acting. See, you can all love the films and I just can't. I'm sorry, I really am. I've tried to enjoy these films, I've watched them 3 times.
No.
God, man.
3 times.
You missed, and how, and after 3 times, you still thought Gimli hated Frodo.
Yeah. He was convinced, right? Like,
He was sure of it. He double checked. He triple checked.
he even wrote it in his video.
How did you do that? Like, how that is so impressively bad. That is just like.
If that upsets you, I apologise. You love them.
Oh, thank you. I do think I need to apologize.
Apologizing. At least you apologized, guys.
Can we interpret this as an apology for the video? I'd like to.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I feel like if you want to make I feel like you're gonna have to do something more meaningful.
He needs to pay. He needs to show redemption.
We need justice.
No, Mr. Rob. Don't poke fun. I was being serious.
People, how old is this person?
I don't know.
Is he 25 or is he 38 or 42? How old is this person? And why is he desperate to hold on to this?
So was I.
Oh, pardon me, sorry.
Guys, we're so close. It's like 30 seconds.
Oh, so close.
I'm okay with you dragging this joke out for the rest of the video. I don't care. As long as I get to the end.
I'm gonna go off like Mount Doom, Mr. Rob.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Ooh, can you imagine him pitching this joke to the friend? And being like, please do this? The friend being like,
I mean,
dude.
They have, first off, their dwelling is basically Mordor in a modern. But
Seriously, like I know obviously Mauler doesn't do skits, but if he ever fucking tried asking me to do something like this,
Hey, can I do a joke where you're fucking me? You're like, nah.
All right. So first off, it would be you fucking me. Let's make one thing clear. All right.
I would get a piece of paper and I would write a six-digit figure on there, and then I would go, only if you give me this, because I
What?
You're like, this is cinematic Venom after that moment. That's what you do. You're like, hey, that was me, by the way. Okay.
We did it.
Guys,
So
we did it.
at the end of the Lord of the Rings, you have Frodo and Sam and Merry and Pippin, and they're all in the bar, and they're all sitting there together. And these four hobbits, they've been through a lot. They've been through a whole lot, and here they are back home in a familiar place with familiar sounds and familiar faces all around them. And here they are sitting together, and no one around them could possibly imagine what they've gone. No one around them in all the Shire could possibly understand the struggles and the hardships and the pain and the horrors that they've had to witness in order to get to that point. But they understand each other. They're the only ones in that room who really get it. That's kind of how I feel.
I was waiting for the other shoe to drop there. Yes. And one of this selection of four is traumatized to the point of wanting something else to change. I wonder if that is representative of you, Rags, being like, you know what, that video, that's enough. That's enough right there. You broke it.
Like everyone around us is laughing and smiling and dancing and having a good time.
I'm not.
And I'm just happy to have made it here, honestly. And the pain of my experience I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. It'll never truly be gone. They don't even have to worry about it, but it's something that I've finished and I still can't ever.
I feel like I'm gonna be carrying this wound like Frodo fucking did.
And like chat's been engaged. Like people have been upset. Lord of the Rings, you gotta bring your A game if you're gonna come at Lord of the Rings. It's a tough one.
Well, I'm glad, guys, that we've been through this struggle together here at the end of all things. You know.
I'm glad that you three of you are with me here. You know.
Well, apparently, the extended films combined amount to 11 hours, 23 minutes, and 59 seconds.
Nice.
So we almost could have just watched them instead.
Yeah.
Oh, gee. What a choice to make.